we left off, our heroes were at the entrance to the mines of Morden. Having gone there, with the express, I guess, the express idea that they were to find a group of 4 halflings who were transporting essentially an empty cart towards the mines to gather up some new materials and ore for Zarafton back at Zarafton's Edge. Along the way there, you guys ended up put this on here. You guys ended up meeting a tiefling bard who helped you fight a series of ice elementals and other water-based elementals. And crossing that bridge, you guys noticed that like the elementals were infuriated, raging, and seemed to have like powerful control over the river that you guys were crossing over. And within the rivers itself, you guys noticed that obviously the eyes of these creatures look back to you, and with some work and some teamwork, you guys managed to defeat the elementals, moving on forward. And along the way, you noticed one of the bodies of the halflings was slain, and it looked like the poor halfling was shot or carved apart, most of its blood and guts kind of just spilling out upon the forest floor. Moving forward, you guys arrived at the entrance to the Mines of Morden, where you met 3 dwarves, Amdris, Hordin, and Garrick. And they were armed with weapons that you've never seen before. These strange L-shaped sort of guns, or items that they called guns. And they presented them to you after a brief sort of confrontation. You guys remember, and I added these in, there were barricades sort of the front, and they basically expressed to you that the dwarves within the mines and within Morden themselves are being besieged by an enemy that cannot be seen. A former dwarf themselves turned white, W-I-G-H-T, and they seem to be in need of assistance. However, proud as dwarves are, they did not, outright ask you guys that they needed help. However, with some convincing from Zero and Dekka, who seemed to be very interested in the actual firearms that these dwarves presented, the dwarves were convinced to lead you guys deeper into the mines and further on to apparently talk to the leader of the dwarves, as well as perhaps get situated with all these new weapons that might be useful in the future. So, with that said, the young dwarf with the red beard, his name is Horden. Horden leads you guys deeper into the tunnels. And those with dark vision, which is everyone except for Baha and the 2 humans, you guys follow Horden. Horden does not light a torch or any sort of like lighting instrument. As you guys continue deeper into the mines, you walk for what seems like 10-15 minutes, and Horden doesn't really say much or make much conversation, but as he walks, you can see that one of his right hand is like pretty firmly attached to the pistol that is hanging off of his hip. The tunnel itself runs on what looks like a series of cart tracks, and it keeps going, and it kind of tightens itself up so until the point where you guys are walking almost in a line, because you can't fit more than like 1 person abreast. As you guys move in deeper, if anyone want, you guys can just roll me perception checks to see if you can spot anything in the tunnels itself. Or if you have any questions during the 10 to 15 minutes, you can ask Corbin at the moment. And I'll change to the map once you guys arrive at the destination, but yeah.
Dig out a nat 1.
Okay. Everybody, okay. Only Zero seems to notice these sort of strange shimmering mushrooms that are kind of like peeking out between the cracks of the rocks and the earthenwork. They're very tiny. They're maybe the size of like a pinky, like a normal person's pinky, and barely peeking out between the cracks. Zero, you notice that they kind of have a faint, like bluish glow, which is strange. I'd say that you're not exactly the most versed in looking at your proficiencies and sort of your background. You're not exactly the most versed in herbology or even alchemy, but you do notice that these mushrooms seem to be rather prevalent within these tunnels. And you guys continue to walk, your feet crunching underneath the dirt. As you guys continue deeper into the mines, every once in a while, the tracks curve and turn, but it seems like you're steadily going deeper and deeper into the mountain, like actually slowly traveling. Do you have any questions or anything you want to ask Horton before we actually get to the city? This is a good chance to roleplay, which is something I kind of want to push a little bit more.
Yep.
So what's the name of the guy you're taking us to?
Horton looks over and goes, the guy? Well, his name is Elron. You'll see soon enough. We call him Moradin's Keeper, which really, if you've been to the other parts of Barovia, it's just simply a burgomaster. With a little bit more power, obviously more gold. Well, much more armed than the rest of Barovia, but simply just our leader. But he has a rather direct connection with Belron. He kind of looks at you guys you guys watch, he kind of turns around a little bit, kind of glances over his shoulder and goes, strange. I thought Outlanders were supposed to, I don't know, be a little bit more prepared, armed. You seem to be really lacking in terms of equipment. And he kind of just looks you guys all up and down, and I don't think most of you guys have any backpacks or anything, so I think to him, you guys look kind of bare. And then he kind of like gestures to Larry as well as to Decca. He goes, I don't know, both of you are also unarmored. I don't know how you made your way through Barovia like that, but you'll probably need to gear up if you want to try to take on this task. Obviously, there's much more at stake here than just white.
Yeah, we ran into some trouble back before we stopped here. Lost a lot of our gear.
Well, I hope that doesn't define you guys. I wouldn't want to hire you out, or the decision being made to hire you out, and then you get yourselves killed. That I'm not a big fan of. Well, Elron might not care, but still. And you guys continue to walk, and he Horton seems friendly enough. He has sort of a rather thick Barovian accent as compared to the almost, in the modern terms, the southern accent of Garrick, or even the sort of Scottish-like accent of Andres. And he walks, and he continues to walk. And as he does so, you can see that up ahead there appears to be a light as the tunnel starts to sort of branch open a little bit, and now is about roughly 10 feet, allowing you guys to walk side by side. Now, who's leading the group, by the way?
Who did it end with last session?
I think Decca was the one who wanted to go in.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure we
probably almost the same as usually. Decca's probably up front.
Yeah, probably me. The short guy.
And as you guys get closer to the light in the distance, you guys notice that it is indeed what looks like a light, and it splits off into a T intersection, after which I will now change you guys to the map. It's a huge map.
A huge map?
It should be.
I cannot wait to see. It's still loading. It's almost done.
I'm gonna reset the file.
It's 99. Wow, this is the longest 1%. I love how loading bars are so unreliable. 1 through 10% will take an hour, 30 to 90% will take 10 seconds, and then 90 to 99% will take 20 seconds, and then 99 to 100% takes another 5 minutes.
Is Irina in black and white?
Alright, I'm in.
Moment back in time?
Oh,
no.
well.
So you guys recognize that.
Ooh. Yeah, it's massive, but I can only see this tiny portion that we're in.
Right. Yeah. It is exactly the point. You guys find yourself walking. Remember, the tunnel is darkened, and all of you guys, those with dark vision, will recognize that. Remember, dark vision basically turns your vision. You can only see in gray shades of gray and black. So it does become black and white essentially. That's how dark vision works. Most of the times, you guys had some sort of light source, so you could see color. So as you guys walk forward, you guys can now start to hear this sort of warbled muttering and mumbling of conversation through the set of doors right in front of you. No doubt that you guys are approaching in what can only be surmised as a dwarven city. Up ahead, yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
for you as DM.
Yeah.
Do the dwarves have dark vision?
Yeah, dwarves have dark vision.
Oh, okay.
That's why he didn't like.
I thought they were more human-like.
Yeah,
I didn't know humans could get dark vision.
Humans cannot get dark vision. Dwarves are. Well, they have to have dark vision. They live underground. That's why Horden didn't like.
Right. I thought maybe they had some sort of technology that allowed them to do it.
No, they do. I mean, they do. There are goggles of dark vision that exist, which are basically just night vision goggles, but like they don't need it because they inherently
right.
dwarves have dark vision.
I didn't know
Interesting.
this.
Okay,
You're
cool.
get Baja a pair. He's the only one who doesn't have it.
Yeah. What valuable information. You know who probably makes them? The dwarves.
Well, why would they make it though? Because they don't need it.
Because they're the engineers. They're the mechanical people.
I guess. I mean, that's a
Well,
good
I mean,
point.
it
but
is
that's
a
a good
fair-
point, but at the same time,
It's
they
a
don't
fair
need it.
point. They don't. No, Ben is kind of right. They don't need it. But you
Like,
never know.
if they weren't as greedy as creatures as they seem to be, I would agree, 100% agree.
Well,
But they're
I would
probably
say,
like, why do we want to waste the materials on making this if we can see
No.
it,
Think
you
about
know?
this, right? You're this society that's underground, that's massive, and you can do trade, and you're like the best at creating new mechanical things, right? People want to see your creations. They want to come there. Well, now they have to buy your goggles if they want to be able to see
Just
around.
to walk in the city.
Yeah, exactly.
You do notice that obviously the city itself has these. So as you guys kind of walk through the tunnels, you guys can see that there are these sort of embedded, sort of like almost bioluminescent sort of lanterns, like embedded into the stonework
I
itself.
thought they were oars. Like
No,
bright oars.
they're straight up like they're like lanterns, but like just
okay.
looking into it, you can see that there's no candle or anything. There seems to be a weird jelly-like substance in the center that's just kind of glowing by.
Innovators of tomorrow.
So as you approach this fort towards the door, Horden kind of stops at it stops at the intersection, turns it around, and Deca, you're like right on, like you're like you kind of accidentally bump into him. He gives you a look, and he kind of crinkles his nose and goes, "Well, right. So, you there, the undead thingy?
Yep.
You're going to be inspected rather thoroughly, obviously. Given that you are with that redhead girl."
Pretty kinky. You want me to bend over and put my pants down too?
Boy.
I don't know what kind of joke you're making, but within the city of Morden, we don't typically let undead wander around. So I would recommend you not stray from your
Oh,
group.
you want to put
Otherwise-
me in a leash, huh? You kinky boy.
No, otherwise you would get shot. Or cut in half. Either way, just try to stay with your group. If you don't stay with the group, then you get yourselves killed. That is not on me. That is obviously on you. Secondly, try not to tell anybody of our location, yes? Once you go through the doors, you'll be branded with a sort of, he's like snaps his fingers, and he doesn't seem to really know what to call it. He's like, "Oh, look, I'm not of the
Branded.
magical variety. It's more of a stamp, really." He's like snapping his fingers. I don't know what it is, but they'll stamp you with something, and once you leave, this precise location of this place is kind of modified from your memory. You know it exists, but you'll never be able to really tell people where to find it.
Oh, well, that explains why you don't sell goggles to see down here.
Well, we do sell, I know what you're talking about, the goggles of night vision. We sometimes sell them, but really the only people who know we exist and we allow are the people at Zarovich Landing. And it's really just a raft. And
Oh, so you know of these goggles? We've been really trying to find any.
But of course, I think I know the original inventor, or at least my great-great-great-grandfather.
That's
Point
crazy.
is, we can. Someone can probably make those goggles. We make
Can I get that with the guns?
What do you mean?
Can I get the goggles and the guns?
But I suppose if you would like to buy it, sure. But that is gonna be up to the Smiths. You're probably going to want to talk to Aradwabella. She's an enchanter of sorts. Maybe talk to Oldrag. He makes the firearms primarily. He's kind of like muttering, kind of thinking, oh, and I suppose if you want, you can talk to the Dardloom, but he's just a forge maker. Nothing crazy. Just right through those doors. Try not to get yourself hurt, killed, and a lot. He clicks his tongue for a little bit and goes, oh, yes, and remember, don't stray, or you'll most likely either be shot at or stabbed at or killed. Good on ya. And he walks to the side and just gestures to the door. Go ahead, right through those doors. And he kind of just stands there and watches. And as you guys approach the T intersection, you do notice that there are two doors to the north and to the south. And obviously they're closed.
Well, they were closed for me already.
Well, they should all be closed, so you shouldn't be able to see through them. But yes. As you guys kind of move forward, Irina is just hawing and, she's just gasping, looking around like she's never seen a dwarven city before. She didn't even know that dwarves still existed within Barovia.
Barovians seem stupid. They don't know anything exists.
Hey, I take offense to that.
Irina also furrows her brow. She goes, well, it's not like, I don't know, magic safeguards everything. Besides, most of us don't leave our villages. Most of us don't make it past, the forests. If you want to smack him, you can, but at the moment, you guys are hearing very garbled
smackable offense.
you guys are hearing very garbled sort of conversation on the other side of the door. It seems like whatever it is, there seems to be a city of some kind deeper into the place.
Let's open the door.
Okay. As you open the door, you find yourself face to face with a armored dwarven man. He has this sort of, the way that he stands and looks, you can tell that he's a leader of some kind. And as soon as you open it, he looks at all of you up and down and goes, oi! Oh, you don't belong here? Well, obviously, outlanders, look at the lot of you. Looks left and right, looks at you up and down, Ben, and goes, one of your lot, them pointy-eared bastards. Right.
That's racist.
Yeah, whatever. Now, go on. Colin.
There ain't no safe spaces here, bro. Different.
He watches, he steps back, and as soon as that guy kind of moves in, and his stench of being a zombie just kind of hits in the face, you guys immediately hear a slither of steel as the dwarf right in front of you almost out of instinct just draws his sword and levels it straight up at Deck and goes, all right, now I'm gonna need some explaining to do. What have you doing bringing an undead creature in this place?
Brains.
Shut up, Deca. He's all
I would love to smack him. Zero wants to smack him. Upside the head.
Yeah, so Zero kind of goes behind Deck and just kind of bops him on the head real quick. And then there's a frown as the dwarven man still has his sword level. Goes, right, explanation now. Who brought you in here? Was it Horden? That boy will let anybody through.
Do you want the long or the short story?
I want an answer. And he
All right,
turns to
short
the and
story.
he goes, Anutra,
Well,
go on. And you watch as she starts to utter an incantation, and there's this pulse of energy and light. Moonchild, you recognize this. I think. Do you have this? You don't recognize it. Go ahead, roll me an Arcana check to see if you recognize the spell.
I think.
Does Zero recognize this? Zero, if you want, Zero does
Do
not have
I
the spell.
recognize it?
No.
I cry.
You don't really have much knowledge of how you say.
That's a spell I can use.
Okay, yeah, with an Arcana check of 19, Moonshot, you recognize it rather quickly that it's detect magic, and you guys can feel like this energy pulsing and washing over you, and the dwarven woman holding this rather massive looking spellbook goes, well, there seems to be a lot of magic vibrating off of all of you. As per this creature, she points at Deca, you're gonna need some explanation. And the larger man goes, go on, explanation.
We will let his father explain.
not the father.
Go ahead.
You watch as the gentleman turns his sword to bed. He still has it leveled. It's not in a particularly aggressive position. But he's still on guard. He goes, go on. Point to year one. Speak.
See, my friend here went and got himself into some trouble, and he became undead.
Okay, this guy's an idiot and he's explaining it wrong.
Shut your face. Any more information
you shut
on
your
him
face.
being undead is beyond our knowledge. But we do know is that he has consciousness, and we have him under control.
Under control. In what way?
Do I look mindless to you?
He looked at you up and down and goes, truth be told, yes.
Ah, fuck you.
Correct.
He goes, a lot of you look like you're
Would
lost.
a zombie have emotion, you cunt?
I don't care. What I care about is that you reek of death. That's going to start
I
with the
am
children,
death.
no doubt. You are not death. I have seen. You want to see death.
Would you like to see the touch of death?
Deca, stop.
You see the guard kind of raise an eyebrow and he goes,
I'd like to pick Deca up with one hand.
Sure. I'll say for the sake of flavor, you struggle a little bit, but you do manage to lift Deca about a couple inches off the floor with one
I'm
hand.
gonna roll strength, but that works.
If you want, you can roll a strength check, sure. I think a strength check is fine. Yeah.
Roll a 1, bro. I got my 1 out of the way.
What's strength? Oh, there it is. I'm blind.
Your attributes. Does anybody else like to say anything?
I just pick him straight up.
Yeah, you pick Deca straight up pretty easily, and Deca is kind of hanging off of you. As you guys watch, there's this little bit of slime that kind of trickles down Deca's foot and kind of drips onto the floor from his undead body. And you see the man scrunch his nose and goes,
He's under control.
under control. Right. Now, what is your
love
business
you.
within the city of Moradin?
The guy up front said that there might be a task we could do to complete another quest we were on.
Explain. Details.
You guys have
Yeah.
a problem that needs solving, and so do we.
A problem that needs solving. Young man, we have many problems.
I can
Starting
tell.
with- Oh? You watch as he turns to
I'm
Deca and
gonna
goes,
walk him back to Larry and ask her to hold
You
on.
watch as the dwarf kind of walks up to you, Deca, and he's a couple inches taller than you. I mean, he's not as tall as Ben or the rest of them, but he's a couple inches taller than you. And he's like, you watch it, he has these like rippling muscles, bald as hell, with this big, honestly, pretty glorious beard. He looks at you, and as he gets closer, you can see that he's got breastplate. The long sword is still held, kind of pointed at your neck. And there's a shield kind of like strapped onto his left arm. He goes, say that again, boy.
I said I can tell y'all got a lot of issues around here.
Deca!
I see. You think you have the capability of solving them?
Oh, for sure.
Interesting. Is your method of solving how you became undead?
Yes.
Excellent. So once you finish your task, I expect you to be fully dead. And you watch as he just bursts out laughing and goes, "And this is how the Outlanders do it these days. Oh, we'll wait another 1,000 years before Strahd is uprooted." But you watch as he kind of slaps Deca on the shoulder almost heartily and goes, "I'd love to see you all try. Now," he looks back at you, Ben. "Explain."
Your guard on the front said that you guys had an issue with mine's blanking, Grand.
Something called a white.
Yeah, Moonshine, you speak up. Moonshine, go ahead, Moonshine.
About a creature called a white. One of your men turned into a white.
Oh, yes. That is a problem. We are handling it. Rather imprecisely, but that is my opinion. And you think you can kill this thing?
I think we could. Yes.
I see. How do you intend to do that?
Well, you've obviously faced a creature before, have you not?
I have not.
Yep,
But I have seen a guard stand still, then fall over, as a resounding shot flies through the air. I have seen men and women swing into the darkness, only to fall over seconds later. Let me ask you something, Tiefling. Can you see in the dark?
Yes, can I see in the dark?
Yeah.
Yes.
Then you will fail. He looks at the rest of you and goes, "Who all can see in the dark?"
Me!
You will fail.
Fuck!
Most of us can, but some of us are able to hide in the dark as well.
Anyone can hide in the dark.
Not good enough, apparently.
I do have some questions for
You
you.
watch as he smirks a little bit and he goes, "Dwarves aren't known for stealthiness. What we make up for in brute force."
Yeah, you're a pretty large hitbox.
He looks at you, Deca, and goes, "I know not what that means. But if you believe you can crack jokes, you might fail even harder than the rest of them."
He's already dead, so you're not wrong there.
I've already failed.
Well,
We
I
are
have no
told
reason.
to speak with the king about a
Do not have a king.
what's his. Well, they said he was the dwarf king.
He looks at you and goes, "No dwarf of Moradin would call him a king. He is the keeper."
I apologize. We were told about the guy. We were told to speak with the keeper and solving your problem for helping with ours as well. Kind of
And what is your
the shipment that was supposed to be received in Zarovich Landing never came in, and they sent us to look for them, and we found one of them dead in the road. So we need to investigate their deaths as well as receive the shipment.
You see the dwarven man look at the woman, and the woman nods and goes, "Well, they're all wielding magic. Some of them are. They've got some magical weapons." She points at you, Ben. That one has a little dagger. He joins a Deca. That one has a little bit of magic on him. I think this cloak is magical. She points at Zero. That one, I think there's a couple potions of healing on you. That one has a staff. Otherwise, nothing too out of the ordinary. You watch as she waves her hand, and the detect magic spell sort of, you watch as it kind of fades away. And the man goes, "Right, my name is Erelak. You may proceed. Though, I would recommend keeping that small thing on a very tight leash." Watch as he turns on, he kind of like unlocks the door with these like a set of keys. You watch as like it's basically like a row of locks, and then he starts unlocking them, and you're seeing a little bit of this dwarven ingenuity as like the door itself is not a wooden door. It's like layered with gears and stuff, and each unlock kind of spins a gear, opens and like triggers another one, and finally after about like a minute and a half of like spinning in defenses, some of the magic and the runic symbols that are surrounding the door kind of like simmer down and fade as Erlach pushes open the door and gestures within and goes, "Welcome to the city of Moradin."
Man, I'm going to begin to try to think about how to pick that lock.
He looks at you and goes, "Trust me. This was created by a wizard centuries lost. Keys work, but you need a little bit more than that. Go on. Try not to die on your quest." And as you guys kind of walk through, you can hear his rumbling laughter and chuckle, and even the woman Hanuthra is just kind of like sighing and rolling her eyes. Those with a passive perception check above 15.
Not me.
And here...
You're not above
15. Passive perception above 15.
I thought that was still...
That was based on the roll.
14, no, passive.
Your
Passive
passive
perception.
used to be 9. It then
Okay,
went down
then-
because you died, but
Well,
you
he's
still have the best of all of us, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I changed some of my stats.
Okay, so none of you guys hear this, but just for the sake of like role-playing flavor, you guys hear, you guys don't hear this, but Hanuthra kind of mutters under her breath and goes, "Maybe the next batch of Outlanders." And there's a closing of the door, and as you guys kind of enter the city, there's just locks after locks, and it's just before there's almost a hum as the door kind of shuts itself and reignites in magical flavor, and you guys enter into what looks like almost like a bizarre area. Like there are dwarves wandering, meandering about, talking, discussing. There seems to be 4 main sort of stalls and wares and stuff. Actually, before I'm gonna restrict movement real quick so I can describe the scene. As you guys kind of enter this place, you're hit by like almost like an earthy smell, and some of these fires are kind of crackling. So it's a mix of like smoky and earthy. And you guys come in, and there's just like voices clamoring and shouting, and sort of like people pitching prices, people discussing, and looking around. You can see that the tent to the top left appeared to be some sort of like some sort of blacksmith's like wares. You know, this person seems to be selling a bunch of weapons, armors, and stuff. On the one to the right, this guy here seems to be like he's in this almost soft tone. He seems to be discussing with this woman about potions and sort of poultices and how to heal other people. This one man down here, this huge, deep voice is like brandishing a bunch of these firearms and being like, "Oh, this one here, crafted by generations past." You know, he seems to be pitching a bunch of guns, and it's almost just like going to a gun shop. And then in the corner, in the tent that you guys can't really see at the moment, you can hear a couple of voices of people discussing something from within. It's a little bit muffled, but overall, there seems to be like a vibrant bazaar, and like Irina is oohing and eyeing, and Arabelle is kind of just running around, just looking at everything. And as you guys have entered through, all of you guys notice a glow off of your sort of arms and wrists, and each one, if you look down, if any of you guys know Dwarvish, you will be able to read it. Otherwise, it seems that like passing through gates has magically sort of stamped you with a brand. No doubt, so that your memory will be modified when you leave Moradin, so that the actual city itself remains hidden. Does anybody know Dwarvish?
Physically did. It was as you walked by.
Yeah, it's like that enchanted door You can, if you guys have ever seen Harry Potter, you can think of it as the reverse waterfall that cleanses all incantation and illusions. It's like the opposite. It applied like a spell upon you guys as you guys crossed through the correct threshold of Moradin.
Me and your moon do not speak.
I unlock movement, so if you guys want, you guys can look around. Tell me who you want to go to, so I can actually at least do some role play with these shopkeepers. Otherwise, you guys can continue on. Maybe ask questions, ask where the keeper might be, etc. Otherwise, but you are in a rather vibrant sort of like city place.
Check out their guns.
So yeah, who do you want to talk to so I can at least get some role plays, and obviously the rest of you guys get
potion seller.
And I'm gonna add in the little sort of ambiance of people talking in the background. It's a little bit warbled because it's the echoing of the chamber itself. But yeah, so this is free role play. Jazz, you said you wanted to ask something. Sorry, I didn't get to you earlier.
I was earlier with the guy, so that's fine.
Obviously, you can, no doubt, you can ask other people as well. Yeah, or you can go back out, knock on the door, talk to them while they do any sort of variety or shopping or examining. But yeah, so what do you guys want to do?
Can I personally go back out to the guy?
You can go back out.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you back out, you knock on the door. After a few moments and the clicking and clanking of the thing, you can see Aralak and Hanuthra. They seem to be, of course, holding the guard post at the moment. So, whatever roleplay you want, and whoever wants to shop with the merchants, at least just tell me so I can, do the roleplay as you guys kind of approach them and stuff. But yeah.
I wanted to talk to the potion shop.
Okay, cool. I'll let Zero go first while you guys think of what you want to do. Go ahead, Zero.
What was his name again?
Aralak. Here, I can spell
Aralak.
Aralak.
Hello, Aralak, and what was her name again?
Hanuthra.
Hanuthra. I just had a few questions about the quest. I actually had just met this group not too long ago, actually, on my way here. I am on a separate quest sent by a seer from sorry.
I'm opening it so I can see for recording purposes, right?
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Okay.
Sorry. It is technically that, yeah.
I was sent by a seer from the Vistani, and I was just curious what all is going on around here, as I've been sent up here to try to help the best I can.
See,
I don't know what quest they're on right now, but...
Yeah, you see the two dwarves look at each other, and then Erla goes, "Magic? Huh, that's not my field of expertise. Go on. I'll keep a watch out and make sure that Tordin doesn't bring in other unwelcome guests." You watch as Erla kind of leaves, and you're left with Hanuthra, who appears to be a mage of some kind. On closer examination, as you kind of look at her clothing, she has this sort of like very ceremonial wear, but you can see that her cloak and her armor seems to shimmer with a magical spell. Moonchild, you would have recognized this as mage armor. She seems to have mage armor active on her at the moment. Hanuthra goes, "Well, that depends, really. What you asking? No doubt you saw the elemental damage on your way up here."
Yes. That's actually how I met this group previously. I was told something about eyes in the lake. If you know anything about this, I'd love to know.
Well, in terms of a lake, the only lake that I am aware of is Lake Zarovich, and I have not been there, nor has any dwarf left Morden for. But,
are there any other bodies of water, maybe? They mention eyes in the water staring at them.
Well, River Moradin is, it bisects the city in half. Perhaps that's what your little, what is it, a quest is mentioning? Elementals themselves have eyes. If you've ever faced a water elemental, they will stare back at you right before they strike. We are having quite a bit of elemental problems. She looks at you up and down. She goes, Vistani, Well, I've
Yes,
never
ma'am.
seen a Vistani as a tiefling before.
I actually found my way here at some point when I was young, and I've been raised by them ever since.
Right. Well,
Madam Eva was a great woman. Is a great woman.
I have never met her, but the keeper mentions her from time to time. Something about 6 stories, I don't know. But, and she kind of pauses for a moment. She goes, I don't know if I can tell you any more than is allowed. The rest you will have to find from the keeper, as that information is for Moradin alone.
All right, sounds good. And I guess, are there any tips you can give me in terms of the dangers within this area?
She looks at you and pauses and goes, if you're asking me if we will kidnap you and throw you in jail.
No, nothing like that. But maybe in terms of the whites. I have some knowledge, but I'd like to know a little bit more.
My knowledge of whites is through pure research and tomes. They're undead, they hate the living, and they can drain life. Now, the white that you're facing is no normal white. If Horden told you, you know that this is Belron. And Belron was one of the finest warriors Moradin has ever seen. And she smirks a little bit, she goes, he makes your black-dressed friends, the one with the ears? Yes, he'll make him look like a little child compared to his ability to sneak and hide. The darkness itself cloaks him. Your friend, he believes the darkness is his friend. Trust me, if you are hunting this white, you best use light.
Thank you very much for that information. I will remember that as we go.
Like I said, that is probably as much as I can tell you. The keeper will tell you the rest.
Thank you.
You watch as she calls out and goes, Erlak, she's done. And Erlak comes in and goes, God damn Horden, he's always bringing in frickin' people. First the Rafton, then these Outlanders. And as you kind of walk away, you can hear him muttering, so basically just sort of like, he sounds like a grumpy dad, basically. But yeah, as you return to the group, Dekka, you approach the potion, the apothecarist, and you can see that he is indeed talking to a woman with like curly buns for hair, and you can hear the man goes, yes, so as you can see here, if you would like, I can get a custom order of potions of healing for you and your son. I know there has been a little bit of a cough going around. He looks up and immediately your stench hits him. Your stench has sort of like been permeating, and people have just kind of started to notice. They all look at you, and the guy goes, "Ye gods, man, what the hell is an undead creature doing here?"
Whoa. I'm just here to do business.
You talk
Yeah, I'm conscious.
by Moradin. That is extremely unique. You watch as he kind of approaches you, and he kind of like pulls from his belt pouch what looks like a little scalpel and goes, "May I investigate your innards? Oh, I would like a chunk. Perhaps I can replicate this in my own enchantments."
Well, I can trade you some of my blood for a potion.
He pauses. Oh, yes, that is a deal. What exactly are you looking for?
Show me what you have.
You watch as he kind of gestures at the table, and you can imagine that there seems to be a lot of various potions on the tables, as well as chests in the back that I'm just going to put down right now real quick. And he goes, I have many items, curatives, of course. For the wounded and the sick, though, to be honest, they won't work on you. You are undead. But perhaps you would like oils to enhance your weaponry. Or a potion of climbing. Get your little legs climbing up a tree. Perhaps you would like to fly. Only 800 gold pieces.
Hmm.
And obviously, can you open his shop? You can double click. Otherwise, we can keep
Yes.
role playing.
What is the silver coat oil?
Ah, yes, the silver coat oil. A specialty of mine. It's a rather simple thing to make. You coat your oil upon your weapon, and it is considered silvered. It will dry, of course. All oils dry sooner or later, but it will last about a minute or so. Great against werewolves and creatures of the night beyond the mountains.
Let's see. Okay, a vial of my blood for both of your healers kits.
He pauses for a moment and goes, it is a...
Do you think
thinks
you'll
about-
ever
he thinks-
see
he
another
thinks-
undead with consciousness again?
He thinks for a moment and he goes, no, that is very interesting. You are quite right. 2 healers kits for 2 vials of your blood.
1 vial of my blood. If you want 2, throw in a healing potion.
A flame oil.
He pauses
Actually,
he goes,
We'll make
no
it
deal.
cheaper. Flame oil.
He pauses for a moment, looks at the flame tongue oil or the burning oil.
Oh, wait.
What's the difference?
Alright.
Let's talk about the
Instead,
flame.
throw in the herbalism.
You should be able to look at it. 2
It's
herbalism
just
kits, 2
the
healing
flame is
kits,
less than
2
burning.
vials of
There
blood.
is more than burning, right?
Well, you can read it, but yes, it does 2d6. The flame tongue oil does 2d6 fire damage
Yeah.
to attacks, and
Some
burning does
difference.
1d4.
Yeah, no, the flaming.
He goes, so let me get this straight. 2 vials of your zombie blood for what?
2 healers kits and 2 herbalism kits.
You want strawberry?
He thinks for a moment. He goes, that is a supreme deal. Come over here, gentlemen. Take a seat. You watch as he rushes over to one of the chests and starts digging out like alchemical bottles and stuff. He gets out what looks like a little like a tube of some kind. It's not really like rubbery at all, but it's like almost like made of resin. He goes, sit still. And he pulls out what looks like a very medieval looking syringe. He goes, I will draw your blood.
Sounds good.
And you guys will watch as this man, he goes, by the way, I am Skadmoid Broodleaf. Welcome to Moradin. Try not to wander too much, yeah? The guards will probably poke you with their wicked little spears. And you watch as he sticks this like syringe right into your arm and just starts like just sucking out your oil. And I'll add in the healer's kit and the herbalism kits to your inventory. What are the rest of you guys up to?
I'm watching.
Like, what the hell is
The
Deca
flame tongue
doing this
wasn't part
time?
of The flame tongue oil wasn't part of the deal.
Deca said 2 vials of his blood for 2 healers kit and 2 herbalism kits. And he immediately took that deal because that is a ridiculously good deal.
Man,
Are you gonna try to make your own deal for it now?
I'll have something that he wants like that.
True.
Yeah, as you guys watch, the guy's like he seems very excited. Obviously, no alchemist, no potion maker is gonna pass this up. So he watches you start drawing. And Deca, you overhear the woman goes, "You are disgusting. How dare it? Moradin has gone downhill." And she's like being a Karen. She's just like, "I tell you, Moradin has gone downhill.
Who said that?
The first floor is always the worst. They have the worst people." And you watch as she mutters and she goes into this tent and probably gonna conduct her business with whoever is inside that tent. Yeah, what are the rest of you guys doing?
I wanted to kind of see what's happening in this tent.
Really?
Okay, you can go into the tent. You can walk in. Okay, Zero. As you walk into the tent, you can see that there is a female dwarf. She is wearing basically a tank top and just like a leather like pants, and she has this like rather big like dagger by her hip, and she's like beefy as shit. It's like she's super muscular, and she's just basically discussing with the people just basic wares. She seems to be selling sort of general goods, bedrolls, some basic weapons here or there, slings. Some armor, but you can smell this tent smells like leather. It just You get a pretty good guess that she might just be like a leather worker or a tanner of some kind. And you watch it. She notices you come in, and she goes, "Oh my! What? You're one of them outlanders that we read in the books. Oh, I have imagined. Oh gosh, I had so many questions when I was a little kid. Do you guys? Are you like? Do you have 3 hearts? Or do you have like 6 fingers?" And she looks at her own like 5 fingers. She goes, "I read somewhere in the books that Outlanders, they're weird. They've got like an extra pinky or something. Can I see your hand?"
I guess you can. Put my hand
Yeah, you do not have an extra pinky. She goes, "Oh, now I'm really disappointed."
I can show off my tail, I guess.
Hi,
I
Fred.
do have a tail.
Are you a demon? Did your mom have sex with a demon? Is that how you came? Oh my god! Wow! You watch it. She kind of walks over. She's basically just looking around and poking you. Moonchow, you poke your head into the tent, and immediately, as she catches sight of you, goes, "You're purple. How are you purple?" And she's just like, you watch it. She kind of like shoves her customers to the side, and they're just kind of like looking through her wares. You can imagine. I wasn't able to find assets yet. I'll do more decorating later, but she kind of shoves past her customers, and they kind of make faces as they're kind of looking at like the leather armors, the sort of wares, the basic general goods. And she walks up to you, Moonchild, and she goes, "Your skin is purple. You know, purple is my favorite color. I wish I was purple." And you look, and you can see she's this, like, she looks like one of those like muscle girls that you would see in like Japanese restaurants. She's just beefy as hell, but she's like 4'6" flat. But she's just like bulky as shit, and she's like looking you up and goes, "Whoa, you're purple and you're red. Are there green ones or like blue ones?"
Probably. There are probably some
After
blue
the
ones in my
transaction with the
village.
potion guy, can I
Yeah. Go ahead.
tell him I know I gave him a good deal, so I look forward to future business, and then walk into the tent?
Yeah. You watch it. He starts gathering up the vials, and he goes, yes. Thank you so much. Business later. And he's like, it seems like his mind's already kind of working out how he's going to use your potion. After all, zombie blood is a poisonous reagent, and coming from a like walking, talking zombie, it's probably a few, maybe uncommon or even rare levels of rarity. So he's probably going to be able to make something really good out of it. Deca, as you approach the tent, yeah, go ahead.
Deca, you should have asked if you could have, if he was gonna make something, you could have asked if you could have one.
Yeah.
That would have been
good.
That would have been so good. Damn it.
I can go back. I've made friends with him now. No, I know, but now he knows that I did him a favor, because I said I gave him a good deal.
I guess, but anyways, yeah.
Yeah, and as Deca approaches, you guys can all see like the crowd starts like scattering, just moving away. And you guys hear whispers of like, "The fuck is an undead doing here? Oh, fucking, what are these guys thinking? We're not that desperate. They're fucking outlanders. Can handle the fucking white ourselves." And there's just like this conversation, you can imagine, is kind of like filtering around you guys as everyone makes this huge wide path. In there, the young woman, she goes, "Oh, by the way, my name is Arad Wabel, but you can just call me Arad. Oh, gosh, you know, if next time there's a blue one of you comes by, make sure it comes to the tent, and what we could do is," she goes, we could do a painting, and we could have you all line up, and it'll be like a rainbow. And Deca, you push your way into the tent, and immediately your stench just fills his entire fucking tent. It smells awful. It smells god awful. And she goes, "Oh, yeah, what the fuck, man? Get out the, is he with you?" She's like pinching her nose. She's like, and she starts coughing. Is he with you? What is that?
Yep.
Tell him to get out of the tent. It's gonna reek in here.
Okay, can I jump him out of the tent?
Sure.
We've already had
and-
enough people today telling him stuff, and it's not. I'm sure he's already feeling bad about it, so we don't need
Yeah.
to do that, okay?
Yeah, well, I have wares that I need to sell, and I don't want it reeking all over my things.
Well, what
Anyways.
if I buy them?
He goes, you can buy them out here, you smelly thing.
Do I get a discount if I leave?
No, stay
Well, then
out
what
there.
if I stay here and you get no business because it smells like
Their
shit?
guns over there.
I'm just saying, if it smells like shit, no one's gonna buy anything, so I could just stand here. Or you can give me a discount and I can exit and purchase from you.
Irina's gonna come up behind you, Decker, and she goes, you know, he'll do it. He doesn't die. He'll just stand there. And go ahead, Decker, roll me a persuasion check with advantage.
Oh god.
Irina's gonna help you sort of convince, because otherwise I'm gonna say you can't look at her wares. With a 10, she goes, no, get that smelly thing out of here. My leathers are gonna smell like undead shit for the next week and a half. Irina goes, sorry, Decker, I really tried. But there are those weird gun things that they mentioned. Those, what, the fire pistols? Is that what they called it out there?
Yeah, let's go look at those.
Yeah, so I'm gonna let you go ahead, check that out in a bit before we do your roleplay. Ben, did you want to ask or say anything?
I want to ask this guy real quick.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. His name's Scadmoid. Scadmoid. And he mentioned his name. You would have overheard as you were interacting with Deca.
Scadmoid, was it?
He looks at you. Yes. Sorry. Outlanders are so interesting. I've only read about them. Sorry. What did you want something?
I was wondering if you knew a way to maybe cover up my friend there's smell.
Oh, his stench. Well, I doubt soap will do it.
Yeah, a little past.
He rubs his chin. He goes, well, I'm not. I know that the minor illusion spell only changes appearance, not smells. Not sure, actually. I suppose if your friend was willing to offer me some of his blood, I could try to mix a sort of anti-zombie smell potion. But of course, I'm going to need some of his blood again.
Okay. And how much of it would how much of it would you need for a flask of the flame tongue oil?
Oh, that. Pauses for a moment. Goes, well. Let's see. You can see his eyes thinking and like calculating, sort of maybe trying to figure out what the best thing to price it at. He goes, honestly, I'll probably need 5 vials of his blood. Yes, I think that is appropriate.
5 vials for the flame tongue oil and something to work with the smell?
No. The smell is a different matter. The smell, you would have to give me 3 vials.
So it's 8 vials then.
I will make it an even 10.
Okay, I'll go talk to him.
Hector's gonna die a second time.
You watch as you watch away Moonchild, you can see a small smirk on Scadmore's face. It seems yeah, I mean, it seems like he's seems to have really played you. And I would say Moonchild kind of gets that a little bit. There was no negotiation on Ben's part. He just kind of kept upping the price. So go ahead, back to Deca. Actually, no, I'll give Zero his chance. Zero, did you want to say anything? Or you can look at her wares, of course.
I decided to move on and go on to look at his wares up here.
Okay, you approach the man, and you can see that he's burly. He's got entire blacksmith's apron on. His beard is really well trimmed, but you can see like at the edges are kind of singed. You can see that he's got lines. He's a rather elderly gentleman, but he works the forge, so he probably stays fit and strong. And he looks at you and goes, "Well, hello there. Outlanders. Well, I suppose we are due for some. The last lot, last time they rolled around here, what was it? 70, 60 years ago? Yeah, you're gonna want to talk to the keeper."
Do you, by any chance, or starting with a little curt bow, Well, I introduced myself. Nice to meet you. My name is Zero. I'd like to
Hi.
look at your wares, and if you could possibly point me in the right direction for where I can go talk to this keeper.
Yes, the keeper, of course. Due south. Walk through those doors, and he kind of gestures to the doors to the south here. He goes, walk through this door, straight down the hallways, past the dining room. Well, I guess the mess hall now with all the refugees. Then through the mess hall, you should see two rather stoic-looking guards. They guard the room to the throne room. Well, sorry, the keeper's room. We were, rebranding, I suppose. Huh. Back in my day, and he sounds very grumpy. Back in my day, he was just called the keeper, but no, now he has a throne room. He just, yeah, and that's what he says. And I'll go ahead and let you look at his wares. I'll point out a couple things. He has chromium weapons. He has chromium daggers and chromium short swords, which is an extra D2 upwards. Which is it's basically just better weapons. So most all daggers are 1d4, but chromiums are sharper daggers. So they're 1d6, and he has short swords as well. And obviously, if you guys want any other chromium made items or whatever, you can always commission them or ask him, etc. Deca, go ahead. The guns.
Yes, I would like to buy the pepper box.
Yeah, as you approach, you can see that the man that you see is like he's like wide for a dwarf. He doesn't look as muscular as the other dwarves you've seen, but he has almost like a lithe build to him. He has this glorious beard. All the dwarves have like epic beards. He seems to be wearing like studded leather armor. He's got these bracelets on, and he looks at you and goes, "Oi! What in the heavens of Moradin are you?"
I'm a zombie.
Anybody in here these days? Well, Sonny, ever heard of a firearm?
No. Someone was showing them to me outside, and I was like, man, I gotta get one of those.
Right. Don't let. And you watch as he points a thumb towards the smith on the opposite side of the room. Don't let Thatterloom trick you into his hubbub of melee and swords and pikes and whatnot, huh? You listen to me. Firearms are where it's at. Oh.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Well, let me show you what I got here. You're gonna need to learn how to fire one of these things, but it's pretty simple. You watch as he picks up a pistol, and he goes, you point it at the person you want to destroy, pull the trigger, boom! And there goes a little bullet right for their stomach, ha ha ha. Now, you got one thing you gotta know. Some of these weapons are single shots. The Howdah pistol, and he gestures to the Howdah pistol, this bad boy here is a 2-shot. After you shoot, you gotta reload. And you watch as he starts showing you how to reload. He goes, reloading, if you're not adept with it, can take some time. So, let me show you. And you watch as he shows you how to reload. So basically, firearms in our game is gonna work like this. You can consider them loaded until you fire them. After that, depending on their properties, what it says, depending on the number of reload, that's how many shots you get before you have to reload. To reload, you need to take an action or one of your attacks. So, barbarians have extra attacks, so they get attacked twice. They can use one of their actions, one of their attacks to reload the pistol. Unfortunately for you guys, rogues do not have extra attacks, so you're going to use up your entire action to reload the pistol. Obviously, the property is light, means that you can carry both pistols in a single hand, so you go poo-poo, bonus action, action, bonus action, just like your daggers. The other thing that you have to know, and he goes, the other thing you gotta know, that these things are temperamental, they're experimental. Sometimes you get unlucky and boom, misfire. Your entire back end of your gun will just pop apart. That's why here I've got these Tinker's tools. You watch as he kind of points to the Tinker's tools. Use these to repair your weapon should you get so unfortunate. But hopefully Moradin looks upon you with favor. He goes, of course you're gonna need ammunition. You watch as he gestures to these boxes of bullets. Ammunition, you got here a bullet made of lead. Sulfur packet, that's 1. Round, one shot. Gotta buy the right ammunition for the right gun. You following, young man?
Yep.
And so misfire basically is when you roll an attack roll, if you roll a 1 or a 2 or whatever the number is for misfire, less than that, your gun misfires and you don't get a shot. And therefore you can't use that pistol or that gun or whatever until you repair it with Tinker's tools, and that requires an action.
How do I know? Can I see how much the black sulfur is in a packet?
Yeah. So you look into the black sulfur, and actually I have that in my notes somewhere. You can look in. Just 1 second. Yeah. So black sulfur, 0.1 pounds worth of black sulfur.
That's 0.1 pound.
Yep. So each packet is about 0.1. So you've got 2 packets worth. He goes, "No, of course, I ain't no dudes like that Thatterlum over there. I can tell you the recipes on how to make these ammunition and bullets. Obviously, you're gonna need yourself a forge, some lead, black sulfur, and the like. You're gonna need these molds too," and he gestures to the molds. "Without these bullet molds, you can't make them bullets. You understand?"
Yep.
Excellent. So what will it be? And Moonchild and Zero, well, Deca decides. Moonchild and Zero, what are you guys up to? Otherwise, you guys can free flow and buy or do whatever you want, unless you want to roleplay with any of these actual characters.
I wanted to see if I could try to see if he can craft a chromium. What do you call it? Where are my items?
Rapier?
Chromium rapier, yes.
Yeah, as you tell to Thatterlum, the Thatterlum goes, "Huh? Roll me a rapier. I'm pretty sure I got one of those in the back." You watch, he kind of digs around and goes, here we go. You watch as he lifts up this rapier. You can see that it's the color of the blade is a little bit lighter, almost creamy as compared to steel. He puts it on the table and goes, "Oh, there you go. Chromium rapier. No big deal."
And how much are you charging for that?
Oh, give me 1 second, actually. I have to look at my notes. But, yes, I can get you one. Give me 1 second. Moonchild, while I look that up. Moonchild, what are you up to?
Just kind of looking around, not really doing much. I'm just kind of giving bombastic side eye to the guy that played Ben.
You gotcha, okay. Give me 1 second.
Talk to him about what?
I know he's trying to scream up.
I know you're trying to screw my man up. No, just kidding.
Chromium.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I pulled up the wrong sheet. Chromium. Okay, gotcha. Cool. Chromium. Well, given what's been happening with the mines, the lack of reagents and resources, ore is hard to come by. Well, young lady. He's kind of clicking his tongue a little bit. Oh, well. I'll pass it by for 200 gold pieces.
All right.
He said 200, by the way.
Yes.
Yes, 200. That's a little much.
Well, like I said, we've been going through some things. The mine shut down, didn't you know? Them elementals are going rogue on us.
I have definitely heard. We're actually going to go see the Keeper to talk about possibly dealing with the White.
The White? That thing ain't as big a deal as the elementals. Hell, they're sitting right across the gorge. And nobody's thinking it's a big deal. People going about their business. Well, I tell you, back in my day, we would have rooted out those elementals. And then he just starts muttering to himself again.
Guy. Back in my day.
By any chance, is there any way to
Feel more comfortable
lower
going
the
after
price?
right?
Or if there are is anything that you are interested in that I could possibly get for you in return?
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, well. There's a moment as he seems to be kind of debating something. He goes, alright, well, this is gonna sound, how you say, selfish, given everything that's going on in the refugees, but. And he goes, I lost my wife's ring. I used to work the mines, of course. I run the smithing. Also, I used to work the mines. There's a chromium deposit inside those mines. I got my hand kind of in an injury accident. You watch as he lifts his hand. You can see that like he's missing 2 fingers on his left hand. His ring and his pinky finger. Yeah. Well, they rushed me to the hospital, triage, whatever you want to call it, whatever. But I lost my wife's ring. Now, if she found out, she'd kill me, so, you know. I haven't really had the heart to say. I've just been making an excuse and saying that, oh, my hand hurts. Don't ask me about my ring. But if you want to get the ring, I could consider knocking off the rapier for 50 gold pieces total.
If you can tell me the exact location, I'll try to see if I can get to that location and find that ring.
Yeah. It's across, you might want to talk to Fastina. Down by the docks. Fastina. She's that dwarf girl. White platinum hair, got them semi-pointy ears. I tell you, I always blame it on her Dusk Elf father. That guy could talk, but, well, you know how it is. Dwarves and elves, technically they don't mix and match, but, well, she came out alright.
Good, I'll try to find
she's
that
a
ring.
dwarf, yeah, dwarf. She is a dwarf, which is a half dwarf, half elf. Yeah, go get yourself that ring, and I'll sell you the rapier for 50 gold pieces. How does that work out for you, young lady?
I only have 30. Is it okay if I trade in my other normal rapier as well then?
Yeah, fine.
Thank you.
Fine. Okay, so I'm gonna add into your quest log, find Thatter Looms ring. It's under the quest log, find Thatter Looms ring. Get a chromium rapier for 50 gold pieces. Okay. So I updated your quest
30
log.
gold plus my old rapier.
Yeah. But yes, essentially, yes. So 50 total regardless, yeah.
Okay.
It goes, alright, good luck with that, young ladies, and be careful about those elementals. Once those collars got off them,
Was Decca so rich?
back in my day.
What?
Oh yeah, Decca's way more loaded than all of you. I have no idea.
I'm pouring out.
Give me one too.
I only have 30 gold left. 3 platinum. And I bought all the pistol ammo, so. And I bought the best pistol.
Damn.
The revolver. So I'm gonna set it up for you, but you do not have proficiency with the revolver, just FYI.
Correct. I still need to buy the molds and the recipes, but I need more money, so hopefully on our next adventure I can make some money. Or steal some shit, who knows.
Yeah. Cool.
Decca.
What are the rest of you guys up to?
Shut up,
Any other
boy.
questions?
I don't want it, Ben.
You want what?
Whatever you're trying to sell me on.
Let's not sell you on anything, kid. The guy that you just gave your blood to said he could make you a potion to try and hide your smell.
Really?
Yes.
Let me go talk to this friend.
Yes, but he's a bit iffy, if you ask me.
He's being a salesman. Being a rat.
the deal he tried to make me was 10 vials of your blood for the smell masking potion and the fire oil that I wanted.
Flame tongue oil, yeah.
Flame tongue oil.
All right, let me go talk to this man.
Yeah. I'm sure you could barter with him. You're better at it.
Moonchild, no purchases for you?
I'm broke.
We're all broke,
Okay.
right?
Okay, gotcha.
Most of us,
All right.
Deca was the only one that got.
Y'all
his
should
money
get
back.
into stealing. It's a good profession.
Real quick, did he tell me where the docks are for Festina?
No, he literally just said the docks.
In our
Yeah,
last
you
battle,
know.
we would have.
Can I go back and ask him?
Yeah, you can ask him. Yeah, you can ask him. You ask him, he goes, "All right, yeah, of course, you've never been here, so yeah, of course. Way south. You got a couple options. You can go to the left there, roll through those doors. You can go through those doors there. You take a left at what's it called? I'm getting too old for this. Oh, yep. Take a left at the River Moradin Overlook. Go down south, past the ingot smeltery. You should see my son there. After that, you go past that, south past the cart directory. After the cart directory, you arrive at the River Moradin docks. Big place, you know. Try not to get lost, and don't fall into the river. It's a hell of a fall.
All right, thank you very much.
So basically, just due south. Just like straight, go left, straight south. Okay. Deca. So Deca, you reapproach Skadmoid, and you can see that Skadmoid's already he's writing something down, maybe trying to formulate how to best use your zombie juice and blood. And he looks at you and goes, my friend. Yes. Are you here to donate, or would you like to make a deal?
I'd like to make a deal.
Excellent. I talked to your friend earlier. I gave him the best deal. 10 vials of your blood. I give you a flame tongue oil, and I make you one of them potions to try to mask your smell. Now, no guaranteed on that potion. It's never been attempted, I suppose. But yes, 10 vials of your blood.
All right, I've got a counter offer for you.
Yeah, all right, I'm listening.
As far as what we're getting, the exact same thing. We still want the flame tongue and the other, right?
Mm-hmm.
But instead of 10 vials of my blood, you're going to get 1. And here's what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to leave this city once we're done adventuring here and completing our quest. And I'm not going to go to the other major cities and all the lands and give my blood to the greatest minds, making all your efforts pointless.
He laughs and goes, ha! Oh, you think you can just go back to wherever it is and make it through? Well, he narrows his eyes for a moment and goes, go ahead and roll me a persuasion check.
Persuasion. So close.
He goes, you think?
Can I like?
Oh, you. No, you weren't part of this conversation. We already made the rolls. He goes, oh, you think you could just wander into one of those cities? What is it? What's that one place with that one halfling who keeps coming here with them Moors? Zarovich Landing. You think you could just go back there and what? Just give your blood back to them? Ha!
Go there, Barovia. We actually
You're in
know
Barovia, kiddo.
the one who should not be spoken of.
Oh, you're talking about Strahd. Kid, if I know a thing or two about history, and I do know a thing about history, Strahd could give two shits about you and your blood. He's got his own zombie minions to harvest from. Come on, boy.
Right now?
I'd like to kind of, if he's not paying attention, can I try and swipe one of those vials? Like, is there a way to?
I don't know how. There's no cover, to be honest, Ben. And there's lights and stuff. I don't know. I mean, if you have invisibility, you could use that to swipe it. But
I do. But this guy's he's not necessarily a magic caster, but he has arcane in him if he's
He has arcane knowledge. Well, I mean, most potion people have some level of knowledge about the arcane. Given the fact that he can make a potion of flying, I'm gonna say that you can figure that out yourself. What that
He's pretty
means.
well versed in the arts.
That's why
And he has a
potion.
potion of supreme healing, so his knowledge of the arcana is, yeah, you can probably figure that out. He goes, all right, counter offer since you tried so hard. How about this? 6 vials of your blood.
I think I'm okay. I will just go on to the next city and make deals elsewhere.
Oh, you think you can go make deals in the next city? You think someone's better than me at brewing potions? Good luck, young man. He watches, he laughs, and he just waves you away.
The person that took the vampire blood off us, I'm sure she'd be interested in the zombie blood.
Yeah.
Vampire bloods, as if you lot could kill a vampire. Ha!
Oh,
You watch as
funny.
he barks in amusement. He obviously doesn't seem to believe you. After all, you guys have never killed a vampire.
But we had vampire blood. I never said we killed it.
You killed a vampire spawn.
Yeah, but
So a spawn's
we
blood
had a
and a
vial of blood.
Right, but a spawn's blood is... This makes sense. I mean, you're a rogue. You don't know much about magic. You've just got a little touch of the divine in you being a cleric. You wouldn't know the difference, I think. This makes complete sense. But no, like, as a DM, a vampire spawn blood is way different from a true vampire's blood. There's a gulf, because one of them is, like, not even full vampire. Alright, what do you guys want to do next? Or continue with?
Let's go find the keeper.
Yes, that would be Zero knows the direction. Go ahead, Zero.
Oh,
You're up.
Yes. So we gotta go south.
into the thick of it.
South to find
And to the south of it.
Irina. Come on.
You can see that Irina is very much... She seems to be kind of looking over the guns and pistols. She's like... I don't know. You always get a sense just by looking at her in Arabelle. She kind of maybe wants one. She's like... excuse me, how much for one of those pistols? He goes, come on, girl. You see the pricing? He kind of taps one of the tags. 75 gold. He goes, you wouldn't happen to give it to me for 30 gold? And I'm gonna have her roll persuasion against him.
Dude,
Oh,
I have
jeez.
a platinum piece as well.
He's all,
for
fuck you, bitch.
He goes,
Wait, are we
Come
rolling
on, bro.
persuasion?
no, she's trying to make a deal. I think she would be interested in a pistol. And she goes, come on, girl. Look at you. These weapons aren't for girls like you. You might want to go.
Hey, no, don't go saying that.
Yeah?
How dare you?
Not to our Irina.
That's our girl here.
Yeah, that's our girl.
He kind of shrugs. He goes,
You bitch.
point is,
I'd like to roll persuasion against this man
to do what? What are you trying to persuade him? You can't
to
just
help
roll persuasion.
Irina to get the gun.
Okay. Well, what's your pitch? You won't notice obviously, but when I roleplay, I don't just like let you do a
Yeah.
roll. You need to give me a reason, right? What's your pitch?
I like for Irina to get this gun at a better price that matches what she mentioned earlier. And
You
because
think I'm gonna give it to her for 30 gold pieces?
yes, sir, what you said was very offensive to many females. I've noticed that there are many female dwarves here as well, and some of which are very strong and are very proud. I don't know. Maybe I could go have another talk with the
Arena
woman
up and
with the
down.
red
He
head.
goes, well, look here. What's your name, lassie? He points at you, Zero.
My name is Zero.
Oh, that is a good name, because you're not getting any guns. 0 guns. You understand me? You pull this trigger, that young girl over there pulls this trigger, her arm's gonna fly right off. And I'm not having a girl lose her arm because she doesn't know how to fire one of these things. Now, I don't mind the undead fella using these weapons. His arm can fly right off, and I'm sure you can do some dark wizardry to stitch it back on.
So,
I
what would happen if we somehow did handle the white and show that we're much tougher than you think we are? We are not some little flimsy.
That's a good argument. Yeah, go ahead and roll me a persuasion check. And I read across it because, yeah, if we kill this white that all of you are frightened of, don't that mean that we're better?
Wait, we're killing white? We're killing white people?
No, the undead creature.
Oh, shit.
Last section.
Let's go.
Persuasion check is 27. He goes, all right, yeah, okay, I'll take you on that bet. Here's the deal, girly. 0, was it? He looks
Yes,
around
sir.
in the middle and goes, I'll throw in the pepper box, pistol bullet mode, the recipe to make ammunition and pistol bullets, and a new set of 20 bullets. So he said the pepper box, all pistol related recipes, 20 bullets, 20 ammunition for pistols. You bring the head of that white. None of you die, and I'll give you this entire set. And you can see now he has. Yeah, as you kind of shout that, he goes, "You're like, I'm already dead." He goes, "Right, I forgot. None of you come back here looking like that thing." He just points at Deca.
Hey, that's offensive. I want a discount.
Baha, you find yourself in a Dwarven bazaar.
I'm still looking.
There's an apothecary, a firearm merchant, a general merchant as a tanner, and what looks like a blacksmith. But he has his wares there. You have 55 gold. Not too
Oh,
bad.
shit.
Okay, so yes, that's the deal he made with you, Zero. And he goes, you come back, drop the head of that white right on the table. You get all of this. And the pepper box, all pistol-related recipes, and 20 ammunition.
That's a lot of money, right? That's like over 500 gold worth.
What's
Deal.
over here?
I was gonna buy all that.
That's a
Take
10. You'll have to go
Yeah.
in there if you want to
Okay,
walk.
and this is the blacksmith, clearly.
Yes. He seems to have. He doesn't. The smith is not there, but he seems to have all of the weapons and wares. That's a potion, an apothecary. It's not just an person. He's more of an alchemist because he has oils as well as other things that other than just potions. He has oils. Oils are basically temporary buffs that you can apply on your weapons to do more damage, do other things. Okay, so yes, go ahead and write that down, Zero. And you see the man Aldrak just chuckle, goes, ha 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 ha! Oh man, wow, you guys are so screwed. You can hear him chuckling as you guys go about your business. But yeah, go ahead, Zero.
You say that now, but we'll see. I just walk off. Yeah.
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 All right. So we're off to go see the.
Well, we should give time for
Yeah.
Phoenix to look through.
But yeah, you guys can ask anything else, of course, and I'll update your quest log again. Yeah. Present the head of the white to the old drag. Pepper box, all pistol related recipes, 20 pistol ammunition. Okay. Okay. Alright, so we'll let Baja stick around there for a little bit, but you guys continue southward, so go ahead and move your token southward with Arabelle and Irina in tow. Irina is fuming. She's like, once we kill that thing, I'll bring the entire arm. I'll drag the body back in here. She's like fuming. She's like, drag the entire body back in here. Oh, that man. And she seems very angry.
We'll do it, Irina. We'll show him.
So, Ben, as you leave you follow Zero. As you follow Zero, Zero, you lead the group southward, and you can see right in front of you it's just like giant long hallway, and in distance you can see what looks like a mess hall. You can see some dwarves talking and eating around the mess hall in the far distance. And as you keep walking, go ahead and move your character so you can walk.
I would like to, before we, just canonically, I told Bob we're going south to catch up on this later.
Okay, gotcha.
And Bob's gonna be like, I didn't know where you went.
Yeah, so go ahead.
This dock?
Huh?
Is this the docks right here?
From where you're standing right now, I mean, you do see what you see from where you're standing, you see a giant bellows being run by a huge water wheel. And you can now hear the rumbling and like swirling of water as the water wheel goes, creaking and pulling along and kind of, no doubt that, if you move further down, you should see a smith, but you don't see what looks like a docks. There's no, there aren't any docks or boats or anything, but you do see what looks like a gorge. Maybe this is the gorge that Thatterlum was talking about. And the gorge seems to be rather pretty wide, and just from the distance, the drop is pretty intensive. So it's about 30 feet to get to the other side of the gorge.
Can I do a quick look inside to see if there's a dwarf with silver hair, real quick?
Yeah. From where you're standing, if you want to walk down real quick, take a look. As you kind of like walk down the stairs, you can see the two guards do a double take to look at you, and they mutter something about, I think these must be outlanders. They don't look like dwarves or humans. And as you kind of like get down there, looking a quick glance around, go ahead, roll me a perception check. And obviously there are more people kind of here. With a perception check of 10, nobody looks like a woman with like platinum white hair and like pointy ears. They all look very, very dwarvish. So maybe these aren't the docks that they were mentioning, but you do see a ton of guards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 6 or 7 guards.
It's a lot of guards. All right, I'm gonna go back to my party.
Ben, as you kind of go tick down on these stairs, you can see to your left and right are 4 guards. They seem to be standing guard on a stairway that seems to be leading downward.
Oh, this goes down right here?
Yes, sorry. Let me turn that on because they're invisible because you guys, yeah. There you see, yes. Huh? What is it?
Where do the stairs go, or are we not allowed to go through there?
Oh, it looks at you up and down. Oh, man. Outlanders. It's that time of the century, isn't it? Alright, well, yes and no. Things are a little bit dicey down there. And the keeper said nobody is allowed down. Noble families and all that. But once we clear that mess down there, well, you should talk to the keeper. That is way above my pay grade.
Okay, just keep going down this hall back here?
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Straight through past the mess hall. Alright. So we can say that Irina follows, and you can see that there are some Dwarven people passing by you. They all look at you strangely. A couple of them mutters outlanders at this time. A couple of them, it's almost like you guys get a sense as if they've like experienced, dwarves live as long as elves, right? Like 300, 400, 500 years. Some of the older dwarves, no doubt, have probably seen, especially ones that are survived, right? Probably seen a couple batches of outlanders, and some of them are like, is it that time of year again, sort of thing. They don't seem surprised, which is strange, because Irina and the rest of Barovians, like, they kind of double take and act surprised, but some of them are just sort of like, I don't know, there's a mixed bag between like, oh, thank goodness more outlanders here, maybe something will happen with Strahd, and there's another mixed bag of like, fucking outlanders again, there's gonna be another fight, things are bad, etc., right? So there's a huge mixed bag of opinions. As you guys continue moving southward, Baha, if you want to join us, you can. Just move south, otherwise you can keep shopping or looking and stuff. As you guys move southward, you guys pass what looks like a mess hall. It seems to be like they're preparing to make food. Remember, it took you guys about 6 hours to get here. No doubt that it's getting a little bit later in the day. Food is starting to be prepared and served. You can see as you guys walk through the mess hall, you can see what looks like a dwarven cook kind of start bringing out food, passing things around, setting the table. And with these many tables, with all those people up in sort of like that area with all the tents, maybe this is where they all kind of gather to eat. And you do spot a couple guards here and there. And finally, you guys approach and find yourself in front of a large set of wooden double doors, thick, heavy sets, almost like reinforced. And in front of them, you see two guards holding pikes. As soon as you approach, Ben, the two pikes kind of close up and go. One of them goes, "Oh, is that your business?"
We're here to see the keeper.
He goes, "Got an appointment or something?"
Go ahead.
All right, what did you want to say? Something, Moon?
We're here to discuss the issue that you all been having here with the keeper, with the white.
I'll look at each other and like one of them goes, "Right, it must be that time of the century." And you watch one of them kind of just open and goes, well, and the other one goes, "Sorry for giving you trouble. What? Yeah, we kind of have to, He is the keeper." Obviously, you guys were already vetted, so they weren't really going to stop you. So they kind of open the door, and you guys, as the door opens, you guys can see within a large sort of like grand hall, like almost like a throne room. But obviously, given what they've said, they don't. You Zero know that it's no longer called a throne room, even though it is kind of a throne room. The keeper, quote unquote, according to the blacksmith Fatterloom, wanted to rebrand. Okay, so as you guys kind of approach, you guys can see this place is filled with a couple of dwarves here and there. Maybe they're like his advisors or something. Off in the distance, you see a single dwarf sitting on you can see two sets of like what would be throne chair, like thrones, wooden thrones. And you see one dwarf with this like reddish hair that's sort of gray. You see silvery wisps. He's talking to another sort of like burly looking dwarf with black beard. The man in front of you, sitting on the chair, is covered head to toe in plate armor, has a shield kind of sitting next to the throne. You can see that he has a battle axe off on one side as well. And hanging off the side of the throne, you can see what looks like a pistol. Like it's like holstered and attached to the throne. So yeah, what do you guys want to do? They don't seem to have noticed you nor are paying any mind to you.
Would you like to take charge, Zero?
I'm nervous. This is not me talking as Zero.
Okay. It's up to you guys. Who wants to lead?
I would say
do it.
one of y'all should. Yeah, since I have a different mission technically. I'm not on that same mission y'all are. I'm just here for the ride.
You're here. Okay. So, Moonchild, as you approach, you can see that the man sitting out there, his eyes flick up to you. He seems to have noticed you, but he goes back talking to the dwarven man in front of you. And from this distance, you have a terrible passive perception, so you don't really hear much of what they're saying. It seems kind of garbled at the moment. You can make yourself known, whatever you want to say, obviously.
Keeper?
We continue to talk.
He's in the middle of business, I would assume.
Do you want to wait for them to finish their business, or do you want to try again?
I'm gonna sit right here, bow down and sit here until he recognizes us or finishes his conversation.
Yeah, what about you, Moonchild and Ben?
It's obvious that we're waiting on him.
Moonchild, what are you doing?
Like a thing. I mean, can I Can I like look around, like
Yeah,
at the room?
and you look around the room, and you can see that some of the tables, like that kind of like parallel the room, are there are some dwarves sitting there. This one over here, there's this dwarven man seems to be inspecting this armor. He seems to be deep in thought. This woman here seems to just be sweeping and cleaning off the table. Perhaps she's preparing for dinner. These two over here are having a hushed conversation. This man's in like a black cloak, and you can see next to him what looks like a shovel of some kind. And this woman, they're kind of having a hushed conversation, just kind of like talking in whispers around the table. Further back, there are these two dwarven, what looks like servants of some kind. They seem to be cleaning the table. This man right here, he is reading from a book. So this is a servant. This woman right here is a servant. This guy's reading from a book. And so far, the room is rather quiet, except for the whispers that you can kind of pick up. You don't really have a great passive perception.
To their conversation.
Well, I know what's gonna get him his attention.
So you shout back, Dekka?
Well, I'm gonna tell
Can
Dekka
I
to come
not
over
listen
here.
into their conversation from there?
You can roll active passive perception check. Yeah, you can roll a perception check if you want. Ben. Okay. They're pretty careful with their whispers, but you pick up the words from the black bearded dwarf who goes, "Sire, the elementals they're not being tamed. Festina's tried, but I don't know. I don't know if we can really get them back under our supervision." And you see the man kind of like rubs his beard and goes, "I see. Have we tried anything else?" And the black bearded man goes, "Well, I suppose we could try And there's a pause as the man raises the red bearded man raises and goes, "It looks like someone is trying to eavesdrop on our conversation."
What? I've just been standing.
He looks up at you and goes, "Excuse me. What is it that you want? We are trying to have a private conversation."
Where?
He rolled a really good insight check. Rolled an 18. He also has a passive perception of 16.
I
So.
wasn't necessarily trying to be sneaky, but I wasn't like.
Right, but you're also standing there just staring.
Yeah, well, waiting, but twiddling my thumbs.
I mean, I think logically, anyone just standing there just staring would try to listen in. So he goes,
I'm waiting in line, just like waiting my
"Yeah,
turn.
there. If you were letting him," he looks at you, goes, "You were waiting in line."
No. I'm just waiting for your guys' conversation to be over so we can speak with you.
If you want to wait by those tables.
Okay.
Why are you such a pushover?
3 back.
I mean, you can say
Go
that.
on.
What if it has something to do about the white?
The two men pause, and you hear the black bearded man goes, "Oh, sire, we can continue the conversation later." He watches. He kind of hurries away back to this table, and they seem. He returns here, and they all three of these at this table have stopped talking, and they're kind of just watching you guys at the moment. Just kind of seeing what you guys are up to. And the man at the throne, the keeper, goes, "And what do you know about the white?"
Well, just like how you like your private conversations, maybe this should be a little bit more private as
He smirks and he goes, "I think you misunderstand here, Outlander. I am the keeper of Moradin. Moradin is mine. Therefore, your words are mine. So when you speak, and anyone else listens, I allow it." He watches his eyes flick around and kind of scans each of one individually. I'm gonna roll a collective insight check just to save time. He looks at all of you, goes, "No doubt, Outlanders. Tell that tiefling red one right there. Tell her to get up. That whole kneeling and bowing thing is so archaic.
Zero. We don't do that here. You can get up.
The Black Panther meme. We don't do that here.
I was hoping someone would get it.
Zero?
Yes.
Are you gonna stand up or continue kneeling?
Canceled.
I will stand up. Or no, wait. Did he
Yeah.
fully address me?
He said, yeah, he basically tell the red one that she can stand up.
Yes.
He goes, what about the rest of your crew back there? Are they just gonna stand there and watch? Or are you guys the leader of this group?
There's no leaders in this group. Just
I'm the leader.
You guys hear Dekka perk up? Dekka, do you move forward?
Yes.
You want Dekka?
Oh no!
Move
I
forward.
lifted him up.
Baha lifts up Dekka, and together they move forward. And as you get closer, to Dekka, the man scrunches his nose, and almost by reflex, his hand drops to the side of his chair where the pistol is, and he goes, "Now, before we continue this conversation, mind explaining me why an undead creature is in my throne room?"
I'm the leader.
No, you're not.
no, you're not, Dekka.
I hold him up higher. I hold him up higher.
Like Simba. You hold him out like Simba.
Yeah, dog.
Circle of life.
I'm the leader.
All right.
He might
Are
be
you
the leader of fools, but he's not the leader of us.
Yeah,
You're
our
the
group is
biggest
called
fool I
Fools.
know. Shut the fuck
Our
up.
group is called Fools. What do you mean?
Is that how I should address you all?
No,
The fools.
The fools.
You're having
The
an actual
legendary
conversation?
fools.
He goes, quiet! Explain why this undead creature is in my home.
I am not a creature. I am Dekka.
You are a creature
As
when I
you
say
can
you are a
see-
creature.
You're a creature.
Shut-
Indeed.
Technically, we all are creatures.
As
Yeah,
you
you
can see, he has consciousness. He's not just another undead being.
Juan, you watch he slowly lets go of the pistol. It's his hand is still like right on the side of the chair, but he isn't like fully gripping his pistol.
Would you like to smell me?
I can smell you from here.
I'd
You
like to
wanna
do a little
touch
dirt
me?
bow real quick and
Okay,
say
yeah.
something.
Yeah, go ahead, say something. As you bow, you can see his eyes flicker over to you, and he doesn't seem against the bow.
With all due respect, sir, I have just joined this group right outside of the caves, the mines, and if he were a danger, I'd already be dead. And I have not known him for much long.
He watches his hand retracts and he puts it back on his lap. He kind of like, almost regally, he goes, "Fine. But if that creature, Dekka, gets
Yes.
out of hand, there are many bullets in this mountain with your name on it."
Brains.
You watch as the man turns back to look at Ben, then Zero, then Moonchild, who seems to be the ones leading the conversation. They go, "So," he looks at you, Moonchild goes, "The purple tiefling. What is your name?"
I am Moonchild.
Watches. All right, Moonchild. What do you know about this white?
I know that it's been causing y'all trouble, making you lose a lot of men.
It is not just men. This white has cut off our connections with Starovich Landing. Zarafton might be the only one who knows, but he is a great ally to us. Well, him and his apprentices.
I see.
We originally came here on behalf of Zara.
Oh. And what is that? Do you want his oars?
We do. That was our original mission. But on our way here, we found one of his people dead in the road.
That is reasonable, given everything that has occurred.
But we didn't find the others, so our mission kind of changed from collecting the ores as well as figuring out what happened or if there's any survivors.
I cannot help you there. The halflings never arrived to Moradin. However, I can give you the ores, of course, for 1,350 gold pieces, as was agreed upon by Zaraftin and us.
Yeah, he didn't send us with any money. The money was already sent with the halflings. So I would like to
Reasonable.
propose that we help you deal with some of your issues for the ores.
How did that one become undead?
By choice.
No.
Well, by situation, by choice.
Yeah, you watch as he turns to you, Decca, and looks at you, almost curious now. Go on.
Well, me and my friends were in a battle. Essentially, I'm just going to cut it short for you. We were in a battle, and everyone was kind of on the low side, and I was dying. And I drank some zombie blood that I had collected. And yeah, here we are.
And it worked.
Yeah, it worked. Weird, right?
Barely. Light him up at the beginning.
I gave myself an extra life, you feel?
One of the guards up at the front had also mentioned something about maybe sweetening the deal with some guns that aren't on the normal market.
I don't know what you're talking about. And Horden should stop offering people our weapons. I'll have to talk to that young boy.
Just so it said that he very openly said that it's not his decision to make, but it was just something he had mentioned.
You can purchase our firearms at the bazaar.
We did actually, but I was wondering are there any off market.
And if there were, why would I tell you?
Well, that would be part of the deal that I would like to make.
Are your men not worth more than a few guns? My god, your men are dying left and right, and we're offering to take care of it, sacrificing our lives.
He looks at you and he goes, you understand what happens if you fail and you
Yeah,
have
we
our
die.
firearms.
The way
No,
I see it.
Strahd gets our firearms. Now, we have stayed quiet for several hundred years now. Maybe Strahd thinks we're dead. Maybe he's ignoring us. But firearms are a different matter.
Okay, well, what happens when we take these firearms we've already purchased and we go out into the world and start using them? Strahd's gonna know either way.
He goes, of course. But he won't know how to make them.
We do have recipes as well.
Not on the firearms.
Well, correct, but the ammo, and he can deconstruct the firearm. It's not like his men are stupid.
You see Aaron smirk, he goes, any ally Strahd may have capable of making firearms are either dead or not in their right mind. And I can guarantee you that. Do you know who I am?
No.
My name is Ilron. I am the younger brother of that white. And I was, like you, an outlander. Well, I was but a child when it happened, but I was an outlander. He pauses for a moment and he goes, do you know why I can guarantee you that anyone with the brain power to create our firearms are dead?
Why?
Because my brother killed them all.
Oh.
You see, when he crafted those guns, when he and I invented the mechanisms of firearms, we swore that anyone who got our blueprints would not see the light of day. So here's the situation, Outlanders. The person you are facing is the creator of these firearms. Now, he is an undead menace. Not unlike Dekka. Obviously, completely different from Dekka. Whites are not zombies. And you will be facing an Outlander who was this close to beating Strahd. To call it a suicide mission is an understatement.
Oh.
But if you want weapons, we can provide them. Now, in terms of experimental weapons, I cannot deny or confirm them until my brother's head is at my feet.
I actually have
Alright.
questions about
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
with this whole situation going on, and from what I've gathered, I know a little bit about whites, and one of them is that they are intelligent undeads with their own discrete desires and personalities. By any chance, do you know what may drive him, your brother, as a white?
I already told you.
Other than killing anybody who knows the secret.
There's a pause. Go ahead and roll me an insight check. What about the rest of you guys? Do you guys have anything to add or say?
I do
I'm gonna
have a
say.
question.
Go
Ahead,
you
go ahead,
you
Moonshot. Go ahead, Moonshot.
Nice.
So you said that you were an Outlander back in the day, correct?
Yes.
And so was your brother?
Yes.
And you all were in a group?
No.
Just separate?
You've been to Zarovich Landing, have you not?
Yes.
You saw the Wall of Angels?
Yes, my master's actually on.
Who is your master?
Elise.
I remember her. She was kind. He pauses for a minute and goes, the group was fractured. At the time, it was led by a paladin. I forget her name. When my brother and I found our way through the mists, we latched on, thinking we could help, but there was a divide. The wizard Salar, she did not trust my brother. And my brother, rightfully so, did not trust her. They were both geniuses in alchemical creations and artifice. My brother thought he could create firearms to protect and defend against the people of Barovia. Salar said he should have never created such weapons of destruction. My brother did not believe her and created the first pistol. And from there, everything else you see before you. And then when Strahd's vampires descended upon us and stole the pepper box and executed villagers, my brother saw his error. But it was too late. A massacre occurred, and Salar turned on my brother, and there was a fight. Long story short, he and I slipped into the darkness and found our way to Moradin. It took some work and time, but my brother rode through the ranks. He was the best shot with a bow, with a crossbow, and with firearms. So that is how we came to be here. I am an Outlander, yes, but I was just a child at that time. I am more Barovian than I am Outlander. And yeah, that's what he says. 0, with your insight check of 21. Yeah, you can see that he's kind of hiding something. regarding the information about whites and their goals and objectives and what his brother might be after. And he looks at you, Zero, and goes, "My brother has a single-minded goal of wiping out anyone with knowledge of firearms."
Is there anything else that you can tell us pertaining anything at all? Because if we are to either slay the white or to somehow help them, I need to know more.
"I will tell you it is a fool's errand to go after my brother. But Outlanders have always been fools. No, there is a much more pressing matter at hand. Have you faced any elementals on your way here?"
We have.
Moradin uses elementals. You see, when you summon a creature to Barovia, it cannot leave. Just like you cannot leave. Any creature you summon here cannot leave. Now you can push it into the material plane, the ethereal plane, but it will never leave Barovia. And then you can call it from there to your side.
Did someone answer the question when he said the
what?
Did someone answer him when he said that did we run into any elementals?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we're talking about the elementals right now.
No, I
he
didn't hear
goes-
if anyone answered him.
Okay, he goes, "My brother, back when he rose to power, and one of the reasons he rose to power in Moradin, he found a way to summon elementals. Now, this was before the schism between him and Solar, but elementals themselves can be summoned here, and if you are strong enough, and your will is powerful enough, and you know how to use the arcane, you can subjugate them to your will. The reason we have the materials and ores to create such a bustling city is because of these elementals. Something happened recently. I know not what. But they broke free of their bondage, and now they are rampaging. Forget the white. Forget my brother. The elementals are a more pressing concern. My brother strikes strategically. You will not find him unless he wants to be found. The elementals, however, are a different matter. They are here, and they must be destroyed. And I would rather save my men to defend Moradin than send them after elementals. So here's my counter proposal. I give you half of the ores if you can clear out the mines across the gorge. Then I'll allow you onto the second underground level of Moradin. Clear out those mines and help us address the situation downstairs. And you get the other half of the ore. And if by then you truly still want to be fools and go after my brother Belron, then you can do that. But in terms of reward, I have none for you there. It is a fool's errand. And 6 Outlanders and some Barovians are no match for my brother. You will never see him coming.
Well, then we must prepare.
And at that, Irina kind of perks up and goes, I'm sorry. You seem rather confident that your brother can take on 6 of us, plus us 2. And you see Ilron goes, my brother can hit a shot 400 feet away. He has the original, what did he call it? Scoped rifle. You will not get close to him before he puts you full of bullets. And you will never see him. And so Irina kind of crosses her arms and goes, then, I'm sorry, how are you planning on defeating him at all? If we can't defeat him, how the hell are you going to defeat him? And Iran goes, I'm not sure. But I'll think of something. And if I have to sacrifice myself and offer myself up as bait, well then so be it. But for now, I have elementals to worry about. And go ahead, yeah, you guys, yeah, whatever, yeah, go ahead.
So when you guys have been going after your brother,
We have not sent anyone after my brother. He has come to us.
So what defenses have you guys been using?
Defenses.
Attack
Please.
defenses.
Please. You will know when my brother arrives. There will be bodies and a single bullet between their eyes. That's
He's
it.
not entering the caves.
There is light within the caves. He does not dare enter. Well, I suppose you could lead an undead army in, but under control or not, my brother is still my brother, and he has always been a lone wolf. I am confident you will not bring Strahd's army into our doorsteps. But if you notice, anyone with any knowledge of firearms will be shot and killed.
So, quick question to the DM.
Yeah,
Now, you probably heard this phrase a lot from bards.
yeah.
But what are the chances of being able to seduce the white?
You can always try.
Okay.
Is the DM answer?
Interesting thing to try. I look forward to it.
So does that
I
mean
had to
now
go
that
the
we have
basic
basic
bard
knowledge
route.
of how the guns operate, he'll be after us?
No. You're small fry. You have basic knowledge of how a gun works. You do not know how to disassemble it. You do not know.
How would he know if we were to find out?
That's a good question. I don't know how he picks his targets. I don't know why Horden and the three at the front are not dead yet. I do not know why some guards live and some guards die. There is an element here that is missing. There's some inkling that I am not understanding. But he does not actively attack us. Not yet, at least. It just seems periodically 2, 3, 4, 5 people die, and I have no idea why. There's no pattern. It seems almost random. But he's killing in a series. This is Barovia serial killer. He goes, he's killing in a series, and I don't know the pattern. But that is, again, not a pressing concern. The elementals are. If we do not clear the mines, we do not get metals. If we do not have ores and metals, we cannot arm ourselves. Sooner or later, Strahd will know that my brother is having fun. And then the real fighting will begin. I don't know. There's too much I don't know. Yeah, and that's all he has to say at the moment, unless you guys have any other questions. So, do we have a deal? Elementals for half. The other elementals for the other half. My goal is rather simple. I want you to resubjugate them. A fire elemental and an earth elemental can easily clear out an entire cavern's worth of metals and ores. You can kill them, but it'll be a waste. We can present what you collars and chains magically imbued to contain their rage. Put them on the elementals, subdue them, and we can resubjugate them for our use.
How many elementals are there?
Dozens. I don't remember how many my brother and I summoned over the years.
But what about by memory?
I don't know, dozens, probably.
And you'll provide a collar for each one?
I will provide a color for the useful ones. The large earth elementals, the fire elementals, and the ice elementals. The rest you can kill and slay.
What about
They are extraneous. Sand? Sand will not help me cleave through a mountainside.
But is there any?
We didn't summon any.
Those are the only ones you summoned. Those three?
Okay.
No, we also summoned mud elementals. Some minor earth golems, just to carry and push things around.
Is there by any chance other people can summon elementals?
I have no doubt anyone with the arcane knowledge can. So yeah, I mean, yes, if there are spells, there are some elemental spells.
Yeah, but with like an elemental with like its own mindset, like as like us, basically.
What do you mean?
I'm just curious, Ryan. Okay, I don't know if you set it up or anything, Ryan. Okay, I'm just a little curious.
He goes. Elementals are chaotic beings of pure energy and elements.
I mean, I'm at one.
They do not have.
How's it going, everybody? Sorry to interrupt the episode. This is the episode where I had issues with editing because the footage got corrupted, so I had to find a program to fix it. And I mentioned all this in the last episode, but just this is where it cuts off because that's when the computer shut off. And so the next clip you're gonna see is gonna be a little bit of a time gap. We're out of the king's area. He ends up asking us to what's it called? He ends up asking us to go into the mines and recapture all of the elemental golems, which you might be able to piece together with what we say as we go. But that's what I wanted to just cover real quick. So I'm gonna get back to the regularly scheduled program.
And Deca, take the left. You see those 4 guards that are standing fastidiously, but as you kind of pass one, you can hear one of their stomachs grumble. It's getting near dinner time, most likely. They're hungry.
Where'd they go?
They took a left. Right out of the throne room.
Get over here. I know where she is. I was leading the way. I know the way.
I was following this idiot, my bad.
That's why we said lead the way.
Okay.
I'm next to you, what do you mean?
Yeah, so Zero, you run back following the voices of your very confused allies. And you notice one of the Dwarven men kind of enter through the door. As the door kind of quickly opens, it looks like almost like a hospital. A lot of the beds seem to be filled with people in bandages.
Feels bad.
Before one of the door closes and you no longer see what's inside. Okay, yeah. So Zero, you reunite with the group. They're standing at what looks like a set of stairs spiraling downwards, guarded by 4 of these guards. And the guards are all eyeing you rather suspiciously. One of them is pinching his nose, and the other one has his shirt kind of like over his nose, trying to hide from the stench of Deca.
What are y'all doing here?
Don't
I knew the
smell
way.
good.
Hey, come follow me.
Excuse me. Are you lost? One of the guards says.
No.
This one right here.
Well, my
A little bit.
teammates had left without
Where do you guys
knowing
keep the
that,
gold?
I knew where they are.
What? I'm not gonna answer that.
Dude, don't mind our. weirdo.
Christina, she's down by the docks.
Where?
You know
Do you
where
guys
the
have the
docks are?
schedule for the guard watch?
I'm gonna go back to Deca and pull him by the ear.
You can take a left up here. You watch as he points. You can just take a left up there. Follow the tracks southwards. You should pass by a intersection. We call that the cart directory. Go through the cart directory, keep going south, and you should see a rather gorgeous-looking dwarven woman with platinum hair. You see his friend kind of smack him on the arm and goes, "Hey, she was
Tell
my
her you
crush."
said that.
He goes, "Oh, sorry. She is a very upstanding young woman." And her friend his friend smacks him on the shoulder and goes, "Dude, his friend seems to be blushing, which is interesting. You know, you've never really seen a dwarf blush before, outside of them being incredibly drunk.
Yeah.
Take a left. Keep going south.
Easy. Wait, which way?
Okay. So as you guys continue to move, you guys move through this sort of like back, sort of like tunnel entrance, and you open up to an area that looks like meant to be just like an intersection with a bunch of cart tracks. This must be the cart directory, and you do see a dwarven guy holding a rifle. He's kind of like has it at rest, but his eyes are trained across the way, like across what looks like a bridge, spanning the gorge.
I don't like that word.
Gorge?
Yeah, no, that's gross. I don't know, it just sounds really gross. Oh, thank you.
Oh my god. Okay.
What the fuck?
Gorge almost sounds like orgy, I'm not gonna lie.
Hello.
It sounds like garbage shit, honestly.
Right. Well, next time I'll name it the ravine, but right now it is known as the gorge.
Changes the name because it sounds gross.
No, it's known as the gorge. I'm not training the name for that.
Okay, it's the gorge. It just sounds so weird. Okay, gorge it is.
Okay.
Gorge.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, with the.
Oh, gorge, not gorge.
Yeah, gorge, like Gorg.
Okay, okay.
What the?
Doing good, doing well.
As you guys continue south, yep, there you go. You guys are where you need to be. I will move you all. I'll just be quick about it. You guys following Zero and Ben and Moonshot, you end up at what looks like indeed a docks. You can see these like sort of spike like barricades, kind of like basically outlining the edge of the gorge itself, and even like blocking off the ladder that goes down to what looks like a dock. You can see down there, you can see what looks like a raft with various oars on it. You can see they look like boxes kind of strapped to it, but they don't seem to be unpacking the box. Maybe they're just kind of ignoring it. You can also see on the other side of the gorge what looks like a winch of some kind that is probably used to unload and lift up these boxes. No doubt in the past, these have been used to carry shipments in from wherever this river leads to. Perhaps Zarafton has used it, perhaps the other dwarves in the past, perhaps when Zarvich Landing was still a city and not shrouded in fog. You can't really tell, but they do have a system to maneuver and move shipping supplies and materials. As you guys approach here, you can see what looks like a bunch of just chains that are kind of humming with energy, just kind of like in a pile on the ground and not currently being used. There are a bunch of guards there. Most of them are crossbowmen. You do see a couple of, you do see a single pikeman, and you see two women. They were kind of engaged in a short little conversation. What I was gonna tell you about this area. Oh yeah, and the bridge that goes across to the other side of the gorge is just blocked off by a bunch of these spiked barricades. The two women are having a conversation, and it seems to be very animated. One of them is indeed a short woman, about maybe 5'1", 5'2", which is a little bit taller than most dwarves, but you can see that her face. Yeah. Sorry. Yes. Sorry, I got off my flow there. Yeah, so it's about this woman's about 5'2". You can see that her face is angular and very pale skin. If you've noticed, all the dwarves are very dark skinned, like bronze, kind of like they live in caves and tunnels, right? But this woman's face is incredibly pale and white. Her hair is also incredibly pale. You haven't seen a single dwarf with light hair like that unless they died, but it looks very natural. And you can see that her ears are not rounded like the rest of the dwarves. She seems to be proudly showcasing very pointed ears. And as you guys kind of approach, the two women stop their conversation. The other one has what looks like dreadlocks coming off her. She has basically just like a bra on top, and she has a large spear. As you guys can come close, you can see that the top of the spear is crackling some sort of lightning energy. Strapped on her back does look like a crossbow bolt, and she just seems, and her entire midriff is just bare. And she has what looks like a fur coat on. As you guys approach, there's conversation pause, and both of them just kind of eye you for a minute. And they don't really say anything. They just kind of look at you.
Hello. Oh. You- Hello, by any chance, are you Festina?
I am. Who are you?
I do a little curt bow. So it's nice to meet you. My name is Zero, and I come with a party with a few questions, if you may. We got permission to contact you through the Keeper in terms of fighting back against the elementals that are rampaging across this area.
He's at it again, isn't he? Asking and trying this elemental bullshit nonsense. We should just destroy them, dispel them back into the ether. And the other woman goes, "Oh, hold on. Listen here. If we can use them, we can mine more. Get some of that chromium. I'm sure there's a mithril deposit somewhere. Adamantine as well. Maybe some fire steel or dark steel." And you see the Festina, obviously, she goes, "No, we can't risk that. They're rampaging. Every single time they break through, somebody gets hurt. The entire hospital is filled with them."
That is why we are here. We want to be able to lower the amount of people getting hurt, and we ourselves have dealt with some of the elementals outside or the outskirts of the mines.
She narrows her eyes and she goes, "Oh, so you've dealt with them?
Yes.
Well, that just makes you experts, aren't it?"
Not fully. I wouldn't say we are experts, but we have dealt with some of them, and we are willing to help deal with them more if it means lowering the amount of people getting hurt, along with bettering our cause. And
yeah, you see she crosses her arms. "Right, and who told you to do this? Was it Elron?"
we originally fought them because they were aggressive towards us in the beginning.
They're
We are now
aggressive.
coming in.
Well, you put someone under bondage, they're gonna get pissed off the moment they can free themselves. And now what? The grand idea is to put them back under bondage. We should just rest their souls and just destroy them.
Well,
the other woman, yeah.
Yep.
The other woman goes, "Wait, hold on. If we can put them back under subjugation, we can mine for the ore. It's much faster than this back-breaking work. Why do you think we were able to make firearms?" And Festina goes, "No, that's not right. We're enslaving people. They're not people, but they're things. They have feelings." And the other woman goes, "Feelings? No, they don't. They're elemental, pure energy." And you can see they look like they're about to start bickering again. If you remember back at the beginning of the campaign, at the very beginning of the campaign, I told you guys there will be choices, just like all the choices you've made so far. So this is another option and choice. So yeah, go ahead. So Festina goes, "Look."
Well, what if there was a way where we could learn a little bit more about the Arcana and be able to not just subjugate them, but maybe in a tamer solution, be able to help them not be as aggressive. They're definitely aggressive for some type of reason, but we not know the cause.
We do know the cost. Festina, with her hand, yeah, of course, they were subjugated. They were summoned here to do a fucking slave's job. And the other woman goes, "Okay, now that's just that. Look, They're pure energy. If we can harvest energy and put it into a gun, then we can harvest energy and throw it into a mountainside. Then you so basic Facina, you see Facina stomps her foot and goes, no, they're being enslaved. Facina makes a face. She goes, well.
Was it
Fully
always free
conscious.
labor? Or were they given in rewards and stuff like that to make do of their work? Just fully enslaved. Okay.
Facina nods. Facina nods. Right. And after Belron, when his group of outlanders came, and that whole situation with that whatever the hell. He came back here, used some sort of magic, summoned these guys here, and just started carving through the mountain. And the other woman goes, well, exactly. What would have taken decades took a year. Cena goes, well, it's still not right.
By giving them a peace of mind.
Free them and then also make them do labor. That's not how that works. Christina goes, look, I don't know what the hell Iran thinks happens when you summon elemental, but this is how it truly works. No one can leave Barovia. That includes the ethereal plane attached to Barovia. When you pull a creature from somewhere else into Barovia, they can't leave. To summon an elemental, you're pulling them from the elemental planes of fire, water, earth, whatever. You pull them here, they're trapped. Now you've got a couple options. As a spellcaster, you can either banish them and dispel them, basically killing them into their elemental components and magic, or you can leave them here and use them. And that's what Belron did when he created this entire place, essentially. The dwarves of Moradin were basically just digging half of this entire place. Belron came up with this brilliant idea of controlling the elementals, and boom, we've got 3 levels of Moradin, the entire gorge, mechanical systems, firearms, the whole works. And the other woman goes, right, exactly, and we should keep that. It's helpful. And Christina goes, no, but this is wrong. You are subjugating a creature for slavery. It's no less than what Strahd does to everybody else in Barovia. And if you guys have any arguments or whatever, and Irina goes, oh, hi, yes, you may call me Irina. Really quickly, if we kill them, will they feel pain? And Facina makes a, they don't really feel pain the way we do. They'll disperse, but they don't really. It's complicated. The arcane nature, how it twists and turns the air around you into actual condensed air energy, is different from, say, an artifice gathering electricity and putting it inside a bottle. And Irina goes, look, I don't understand how magic works, really, per se, but maybe the other magical folk in the group get it? And Irina just kind of like backs off a little bit. Yeah, you can. If you want, you can roll an Arcana check, yeah. To you. With the 17, you know that what Christina is saying is basically correct. Elementals do not have souls. They do not feel pain like normal creatures do, and normal, I mean like humanoids. They are made of condensed pure energy and elements from the elemental planes where they live. Now, living is a misnomer. They don't really live, they don't breathe, they don't play or whatever. They basically kind of exist as chaotic energy that are condensed by the very nature and magic of their planes where they come from. Most elementals are just neutral beings. Fire exists as fire exists, right? When you set a fire, it does what fire does. It has no opinion of good or wrong. Water will always flow, downhill, right? Like ice will melt, ice is cold, ice is ice. It is what it is. But when an elemental is formed, they have shape, they have some level of knowledge and thought and directive and emotions, but they aren't conscious beings. Now, whether or not you killing them will be worse than subjugating them, that's a different ethical debate. But in terms of magic, elementals are just pure condensed elements given form and life where they come from.
See.
Oh, and you see Faustina goes, well, it is much easier and more, I suppose, kind to just end them. Well, I suppose yes. Otherwise, the animal goes rampaging. A wolf might strike out in fear, but a wolf can't create an avalanche. A wolf can't spew fire from its mouth. A wolf can't, cause an entire river to rise up. A wolf doesn't stare you back from the depths with eyes and energy and madness. You see Faustina looks at you up and down and she goes, for a guy who's dressed all in black, you're proposing a rather neutral ground. No, you can't just make a middle ground decision. It's either free them, kill them, or resubjugate them. And you see the other woman goes, right, yes. My name is Derazine, and I am for just subjugating them. If they have no thought, no emotions, no feelings, and they are just simply energy, like you would mix a potion or combine arcane essences. And that Faustina just rolls her eyes and just Faustina seems just pissed off at that entire sort of argument.
Question for you. Destina, you said?
Faustina.
No. The other girl.
Oh, yes. Derazine.
Derazine. Let's say we were to assume that you had no feelings, that you had all this energy in the world. How would you feel if we made you work day in and day out only to mine and get nothing out of it? Do not think of this as us thinking you are an elemental, but think of it as you. How would you feel? Would you rather keep living your life, no reward, or
no.
anything like that?
She goes, well, no. I would go on a rampage.
Isn't that the same thing that's happening with the elementals right now then?
And that's why we need to resubjugate them.
How would you feel if you went on a rampage and you were resubjugated then?
Makes a face, she goes, well, the next time that I get free, I'll go on a bigger rampage.
Exactly. If they had any personality and wanted to, and had the will to stay and work, with some type of compensation, it'd be different. But in this case, if people are getting hurt, I'll leave the rest up to my party.
Yeah, that Faustina goes, wait, so are you on my side?
I neither agree nor disagree. I will go with
Christina,
whatever the majority
you see Miss Christina scoff. She goes, "You're the worst kind. Never making a decision. Always just somewhere in the middle."
Thank you.
No,
I'll
you should
take
not
that as
thank.
a compliment in my own books.
You should not
but-
take that as a compliment. You need to
I
make a
have
decision.
I have my own ideals.
You
Christina,
watch as she waves her hand. She goes, "Whatever. The middle ground folks are the worst. Nobody makes a decision. Nobody does anything. At least I have my decision. If I had my way, I would blast through that rubble and execute those elementals."
well, the way I'm looking at it, you do have a way. You convince us. You convince us and we do it. I want to really see what kind of conviction you have before I make a decision as well. Because this is going against the keeper.
She makes a face at you and she goes, "So what? You want me to march in there with you?"
I wouldn't say march in, but I need to know how serious you are about us killing those elementals. I will happily, because I do agree to some extent. As
She
you see with my question.
points to the chains. She goes, "I will disenchant those chains right on the spot."
Do it and you have yourself a deal. It just makes a choice. It makes us choose a choice, or she chooses it for us if we can't make a choice. Yep. And it would protect a lot of people.
Of what? He said no, he said to re-subjugate the elementals.
Yep.
No, he said to re-subjugate them.
Yep.
He said take out the rest.
He said re-subjugate the ice, earth, fire, and
Mud.
mud elementals because they're the most useful because they can do the most work. He said the rest of them, the small little golems or whatever they used to push. No, he said all four. No, Baja's right. Yeah, Baja's right. He basically said the biggest elementals, keep them because they're the most powerful. They can do the most work. They can dig. They can burn stuff. They can lift earth and stuff, etc. Right? The rest are just small little golems that they summon to push the carts around.
Yep.
And at that, Darren goes and looks at you. Zero goes, you are really trying to make a ultimatum here. The reason why I'm here is to stop her from rushing through the barricades and start blasting those elementals.
We have to make a choice, and I am more on her side. But we have a mission. If she gets rid of the one thing holding us back from doing exactly what the Keeper says, I'd rather blast them.
It's Darazine, you see the other woman, Darazine, kind of just like puts her her pike on her back, and she goes, "My job is to make sure Festina doesn't go rushing in and start blasting elementals. Now, whatever your job and your deal is with the Keeper, that is on you. If you go against what he says, I don't know you. I was never here. I was never involved." That's what Darazine says, and Festina goes, "Yeah, you can insider check her. Yeah, you can insider check her." And Festina goes, "Or you can just not listen to the Keeper and just blast them. Say there was an accident. Say they got too dangerous and you had to take them out."
And the only thing stopping us is if those chains were to, I don't know, somehow not be able to work.
Yes, exactly, yes. And you see now the hope is returning to Festina's eyes. She goes, "Yes, I can." And she kind of pauses and she kind of eyes the two crossbowmen.
I want to kind of tell her
You
to.
watch the two crossbowmen kind of just like wander away. They don't seem to want to get involved with this whole thing. They're just kind of like. It seems you get a quick sense that their job is basically just to make sure the elementals don't burst through the bridge and start smashing and killing people. So they're just kind of wandering away. They're just like, all right, we're gonna leave. Ben, with your insight check of 5, you can't really tell if she's lying or not. You hope she's not lying. You're not really sure. That's too low of an insight check to tell. Plus, you're kind of getting distracted by the fact that her abs are showing. Those are nice ass abs. But, like, her entire getup is just really confusing.
Moon's gonna kill you.
You rolled a 5. There's got to be a flavor reason. Something's confusing about the entire situation. You have no idea if she's telling the truth or not.
Like I said, Festina, if the change were to quote unquote not work, then we have ourselves a deal. Now, I didn't say that you disenchanted anything. They just don't work.
You can see a smirk starts to go from you. Yes, if they for some reason can't close because there's a lack of conductivity with the mechanism. Christina glares at you, Moonchild, and goes, well, I'm sorry that your job isn't on the line. I'm sorry that your livelihood, once this entire mess is done, I'm the one that has to deal with the fallout. I'm not leaving. This is my home. What? She looks really confused now. She goes, you have no power. You do understand that, right? You're in Moradin. To do what?
Well, to make this place better.
Yeah. Well, that means I'll just go back to doing dishes or something. Well, I'm not... You do realize the dangers out there are way worse than in here. She's so confused right now. She's like, okay, well, the point is, I'll disable those things. Derazine, you just turn around or something. I thought you were blasting the elementals. Yes. The goal is for them. So what? Just... Look, what excuse are you gonna give the Keeper? She's gonna say that it was too hard? Okay. She shrugs. She goes, look, as long as you kill the elementals, you're fine. As long as I don't get in trouble, I'm fine too. Otherwise, I would have done this weeks ago. With that, Festina kind of just gestures to the chains on the ground. Go on. It depends on your guys' decision. Irina comes over. Arabelle kind of comes over, and Irina goes, to be...
Oh yeah, where is Phoenix's character right now?
Oh, he is somewhere. Oh no, I'll move him over here. Okay, here we go. Alright. You see Phoenix, Baja start jogging over from the north. Irina goes, hi, yes, everyone. Just to make myself clear, I am against subjugation. If I was for subjugation, I would be a hypocrite, and I'm not, so... My whole thing is to, if we can, just to destroy the elementals. And Arabelle goes, yeah, I'm good with destroying things. And she gives 2 thumbs up.
I like Arabelle.
She is a chaotic young child.
I mean, didn't we like fight 2 of them and we were struggling?
I mean, we did just kill some of them earlier, and it was
Yeah,
a
but
pretty big water.
weren't we like struggling? We fought in ice and water.
I think one of you guys swung at it.
Oh no,
I think Dekka swung at it.
I wasn't there at the beginning. I was just there for the execution.
Ben's idea of just going around it would have worked, but Deca swung on its side. But
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah. I forgot about that, but yeah. Okay,
Okay, I
so
seduced the elemental. I'm just kidding.
Okay, so with that plan instead, I am going to end the session there. It is past 11:30. So it looks like you guys have a general idea or plan of what to do. Faustina goes, if you're crossing the bridge, I can move the barricades for you. You watch as she kind of reaches into her sleeve and pulls out a thin, like spiraling wand. Gonna wait? You're gonna wait? Oh, that's what you think. Oh. No. Oh, you see how the barricades are made of wood? And how there are fire elementals. She looks at you like you're just... She's like, I'm sorry. You're an outlander? You've survived so far in Barovia? No, see. When you go to bed, I'm the one that has to watch this bridge, and so do the rest of the dwarves. And when you are soundly sleeping... Oh no, this is your whole thing. Oh no, I'm here to make sure that when you die, should you die, I have a better plan. She goes, I mean, you can rest however you want. But if you come out and we're, missing or this entire bridge is blown up, well, I hope your conscience can deal with that. And you can see Darazine on the other hand goes.
Can I?
About 2 weeks. He goes, okay.
Can I somehow look at the bridge?
Yeah, you can look at the bridge. You can inspect it.
Hey, can I rest here then? I don't mind sleeping on stone ground.
Rest however you want. You can rest however you want. Why do you hate them?
Hate who?
Yeah, you see Moonchild mutters out and... Well, I mean... Right, but so they're dwarves with firearms and advanced technology. They don't really... And you guys came in here with no backpacks. I mean, you are at half health. Some of you are probably still bleeding, covered in blood. You don't look like the heroes. And at that, you can see that Festina is still pretty agitated, and Darazine goes, what she's trying to say is that the moment that you all go to bed, she's gonna go running in there and start blasting. And we're gonna have to go after her. And you can see a wicked grin go on Festina's face, and he goes, oh, yeah, no, if you don't do the job, I'll do the job. And I'll get in trouble most likely, but I could just blame it on you. She smirks and she snaps her finger, and you can see she casts minor illusion, and you can see herself shift and look like Ben. And then she snaps her finger again, she shifts, she looks like Moonshine, she goes... She casts Dispel Magic, and your disguise self dispels.
The fucking Uno reverses over here.
Okay. You counterspell her pretty quickly. It's not a hard one. You lose that spell slot. And she smirks, and she's just gonna cast Disguise Self again because it's a first level. It's a very simple spell. You watch her body remorphs, and now she looks like Moonshine. She goes, "Look, I've been trying to do this for a long time.
Now I have a really great reason and some martyrs. You can go now, or you can sleep, and I can go do it and just put it on you. And Irina looks up and she goes, that is such a dick move. No, I'm blasting them. Okay, then I will go and blast them. She looks confused.
Whoa.
Yeah, I mean, you can do whatever. That's DM Ryan saying. But Festina goes, if you just tell me you're gonna do that, I'm just gonna sit here and not do anything. She goes, I don't think you understand what I'm saying here. It's just, you don't have any power. You are not. She looks at you super confused. She goes, you do realize you're under Moradin's roof, right? She sighs, she goes, you think you're clever, but what you're really saying is that you're a snitch. And I don't know if you've ever heard of this. And my priority is keeping dwarves of Moradin alive. If you're gonna spend another 8 hours napping and risk the elementals coming through and start firing upon these dwarves here, and she points to herself, the other guards, you can risk it. But she looks at you with this most bewildered face. She goes, and you think that we didn't lose dwarves within those 2 weeks? You think we were just sitting here twiddling our thumbs? You arrogant fuck. And she, with this angry, snarl upon her face, she goes, you know what, no, forget you and your entire, whatever the fuck. You watch it suddenly, she starts to cast a spell, and, I mean, she's just, yeah. You watch it, she starts to cast a spell, and there's a quick, misty aura around her, and she's just gonna misty step onto the other side of the bridge.
Can I follow her?
Can you miss? She is no longer listening to you. And with her conversation, she seems to be a very headstrong young mage, maybe intent to prove herself, maybe something, but she saw you guys as a way to do something she wanted. Maybe she has a very princessy background, you're not exactly sure, but with that, she teleports onto the other side of the bridge and just goes out of your sight. And you see that she's... Sorry, what are you up to? Zero?
I'm yelling at Ben. I'm sorry.
Yeah, with that, with this angry snarl, you see Festina teleport to the other side of the bridge and go rushing off, brandishing her spiraling wand. And on the other side of the bridge, you guys can hear what sounds like the creaking and groaning of stone and other debris being lifted up. And it seems like she's... Whatever intent that she has, whatever side that you guys had, it seems that you guys entered something that culminated in this woman's anger. She was pissed off about something. You guys came in. You guys maybe made it worse. Maybe made a decision. So you had a terrible insight. Yeah, Ben. Unfortunately for you, Ben, you had a terrible insight check. So you didn't really ask her if she had other ulterior motives. And you had a terrible insight check. So maybe there's another reason why she's so pissed. And with that, she disappears from sight. You see Darazine goes, I can't teleport across a bridge. I have to lift all that stuff up. Darazine? She's a dwarf, and she's not a dwarf, so she's maybe like 4'8".
What are the chances of being able to jump across?
Your jump. That depends. What is Baha? Baha can always try to throw her across the bridge.
I did an investigation for the bridge.
Oh yeah. Sorry, my bad. The investigation check for the bridge with an 18. You can see that it's a pretty solid bridge, but it seems like a lot of the parts of the bridge are new, like brand new. You can see the underneath of the part of the bridge, there seems to be like, it looks like repairs of some kind. Like most of the bridge looks new, and as well as the barricades themselves look like freshly cut and like sharpened. You get a sense that like this bridge has been damaged a lot, like just
Gotcha.
probably over the past 2 weeks. Like it's probably been way more damaged than it appears. And Festina didn't seem to be letting on anything else, any reasons or like what happened during the attack. And you guys didn't really ask before you started to kind of piss her off.
She said that she was gonna blow this bitch up, but I think I already know.
She seems to have. You guys are now getting a sense there's an ulterior motive. There's another reason why she's so pissed and in such a rush, and why she was like trying to egg you guys on. There's something else. Zero. The jump is 15 feet jump. Let me see. Standing jump.
If I were trying to use acrobatics.
So a standing jump for you. Let me see. Okay, when you make a standing long jump, you can only leap half the distance of your strength modifier. So you have a strength of 9, so that's 4.5, we will round down. You can jump 5 feet. We'll round up, you can jump 5 feet. With an acrobatics check, you're gonna have to score something really big, because this is a...
Or what if I were
15,
to try
20
to
feet
use
jump.
acrobatics to jump over all of these stuff?
Yeah, you can acrobatics and try to get across that way. But if you fall, you're definitely gonna hurt yourself. Like, obviously, you're gonna impale yourself on spikes.
Let's see.
DM aside, you guys can always just ask Darazine why she's so pissed. And why Okay, gotcha. As you guys are kind of discussing, you watch as Darazine starts to try to lift up that barricade. Her arms are budging and struggling. She goes, she rolled a 9. If you want, you can roll your athletics check. You guys will basically have to move all of these heavy barricades. Basically. And what if you guys fail? And she goes, and if you can't throw me over, I'll get impaled.
Yeah, she'll die.
Oh, I meant to do
not so
acrobatics,
bad.
but
Why don't we just open the gate? If we all do it together, it could just be.
Yeah, or you
Yeah.
could just magic it.
I rolled a 21.
Oh yeah. So you make the first one, you make it over really easily. You jump over, but like you land inches away from the next spike of the like that triangle spike setup. So go ahead, roll me another athletics checks. This will be a skill checks. Not you, Ben.
Or can
Zero.
I do
Use
acrobatics
it.
instead?
You can use acrobatics instead. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want to use athletics, you can use athletics to help remove that barricade and lift it. Okay. You guys struggle, and it's like you lift it a couple inches, and you guys watch the barricade kind of like shift a little bit, and it kind of like gets to about there before your arms fall out, and you guys drop the barricade. And she goes, "Damn, they really reinforced it this time."
We'll try opening it.
Okay, you can try it.
How far did I get this time?
Yeah, with an acrobatics of 23, you actually get over to the other side and land, like, balancing on the very tip of one of the spikes and drop right there. So that's pretty good.
Okay.
Do you know how... Ben, do you know how much a dwarf weighs?
There you go. It's heavy.
Right, and she's not densely packed muscle.
She's built like a
Yeah.
cannonball.
She also carries a pike, so that's
That's
She's a
not gonna be very
spiky
helpful.
cannonball.
you can try to throw her, but I'm gonna say like she. And so you come after her, basically. Okay, sure, yeah, you can do that. She is basically the Tyler One. She's like the Tyler One of dwarves, basically. She's like Tyler One. She's built like a brick wall, and she's like 4'11". Okay.
You don't know
well,
who Tyler One is? Oh my god.
Really?
Uncultured fool.
Interesting.
but she's okay. 0 with an 18. You manage to get it to the other side, and you kind of trip, but like at the last moment, you tuck yourself and kind of like roll a little bit, and you land and you press your feet out and like kind of brace yourself against the spike before it impales you.
Okay. So
One
one
more.
more.
Yeah, one more.
Oh no!
This
I
time
rolled
you-
so well.
This time you get over and your foot gets stuck on one of like the crossing, and you smack your head, and you're gonna take 1d6 damage here. You take 5 points of piercing damage as like one of this like kind of like scrapes and kind of gashes into your arm, and you wince and hit the ground, taking 5 points of damage.
Gotcha.
But you do clear out to the other side.
Nice. I can do that
I
too.
rolled a 17.
17. Gotcha. Make sure you
Nice.
tell me, otherwise I'm not gonna see it.
Alright.
I
Okay,
wanna
so yeah,
do
with
what
the
she did.
17, Baha, and with Derzine's 22, both of you guys working together, your arms and muscle straining, and Derzine seemed, you guys both get into a nice squat and just like deadlift that shit up. And you guys, this time with your help instead of Ben, you managed to move the barricade over
Been not
here,
helpful.
right there.
Uh,
But your muscles are straining pretty hard now, so go ahead if you want to move the next one. Go ahead, roll me an athletics check. This time,
My thing's bugging out.
yeah, go ahead. Sorry, 0. Yes, you're on the other side right now. 0. On the other side, you can see what looks like boulders. Kind of like it looks like maybe they had a controlled cave-in, you know, to like kind of block it. But you do see that the one on the right,
Yo.
one of the stones are kind of like lifted and moved to the side, probably by Derazine's magic.
Yo, can Arabelle cheer me on?
gotcha.
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah, I would like that.
Okay, Arabelle goes, Baha, you're so strong, you're the man. And she's gonna give you she's gonna give you a little boost. Go ahead.
I
Hey,
appreciate
you
it.
got this, mister.
Alright, athletics, normal.
You got this,
Right,
mister.
athletics, normal. Right.
Yes, give me 1 second. System.bonuses dot abilities dot check. +1.
Alright, everything good?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Athletics, normal.
Yeah.
There we go.
Nice, there you go. Cool. Okay, with the 20, you and Derzine, no problem this time. You guys are getting the hang of it. And you lift it and move it over here. Derzine goes, oh, man, you are strong.
Yep.
She looks at you, Bob, she goes, come on, we're almost there.
Alright.
Yeah. Arabelle's gonna go, Baha, you're the best. You can lift it. No one else, not like the rest. And she fucks up her rhyme, but she's gonna give you another thumbs up. Give you another
Alright.
Yeah, so 0, as you get to the other side, you can see, if you want, roll me an investigation check.
Yeah, I want to do an investigation.
Yeah, to
for it.
see evidence of maybe these bites or whatever damage.
Ooh.
Ooh, okay. Well, with a 1, you do notice that the debris has been moved. But otherwise, you can't. I mean, debris, that could mean there was a fight, you know? Like maybe they collapsed it, or maybe an earth elemental collapsed it on them. You can't really tell. With your check of 18, Baha, you managed to lift this one, and it takes you guys a little bit longer now because you have to drag the shit all the way on the other side of the bridge.
Yeah.
But you lift that one, get it through.
Can I do
Arabella's
a,
gonna give you another cheer. Yeah, sorry, go ahead, Zero. What do you want to do?
I was gonna say, can I do a perception to see if there's anything around me?
Yeah, go ahead, roll me a perception check. Arabelle goes, Baha, Baha, lift that up, Baha, Baha, go up.
Just silly running it.
She's running out of rhyme.
Rise.
You can tell that she's not really an educator. She probably doesn't study that much.
Yeah.
Zero with a perception check of.
Oh shit.
Let's. This time we're gonna have Darazine start lifting, helping you as well. Roll for her. Okay, yeah. So together, you guys managed to lift that. Struggling a little bit, you get the other barricade out. One last one. Your arms are burning, Baha, so I'm gonna have to roll you a disadvantage this time. You've lifted like a bunch of barricades, right? You guys are fucking.
Can I help with this one?
Yeah. We'll say you, Baha, and Darazine together. So Zero, roll me an athletics check. Baha, roll an athletics check at disadvantage.
Oh.
Yeah, I got you.
Oh shit! Natural 20. Okay, yeah. What? Oh no, it's a natural 20. Yeah, with the help of the bard, with the help of Darazine, with the help of the dragonborn, you guys all lift and push the barricade out to the other way. Baha, your arms are fucking on fire. You see Darazine's like her arms are shaking as she's holding onto her pike. I'm gonna say that Larry kind of chills over here. Larry goes, "I'll wait for y'all," and sits on the hay just because Abu's not here. I don't like to play. Remember it. Okay. As you get across Zero with your perception check of dark vision, no light. That means Baha can't see either, so Baha, you'll have to activate some sort of light source. Or you can cast light on Baha. So with Zero with your perception check of what was it? 12? 12, you do notice that as you go to look, there's a sudden flash of bright, brilliant light. And now you notice that the tracks themselves are like covered with like soot and singe marks, and some of the metals on the track are just melted, like straight up. Like the wheel on this one car right here, like the metal track that it's sitting on, it's like it looks like a U. It's just as if something something hot just blasted this cart. You notice that some of the actual like earthenwork itself, the tunnels are super sharp. They don't look natural. It looks as if something cleaved through it like butter, just like someone, like a giant took a knife and just cleaved through the walls. They look unnatural. Most likely an elemental of some kind helped cleave and like cut through the walls.
Okay.
Which makes sense. Belron was supposed to be the one who was like manipulating the elementals to do their smithing work.
Gotcha. Also, I have a lamp. If I can give that to Baha.
Baha, do you want a lamp? You are glowing with light right now.
Don't I have a lantern?
I don't think you recovered that.
The hooded lantern that I broke from the ship.
Oh yeah, you do have a hooded lantern. Yes. So
yeah, I just don't have
a
a light source to do it.
Yeah, I don't think you ever put a candle in it.
Yeah, I don't got that no more.
Zero does have a lantern with a candle, I think. So.
Oh shit! I want to trade. Or why don't I just take that one?
Okay, yeah, smart idea. Yeah. As you move over, you can see that it is a lantern. It is a lantern, and there is a candle on the inside that you watch. You quickly open up the hooded lantern and load it into your own lantern. So nice. We'll say that your lantern is now loaded, and you can use it if you would like. Otherwise, you are what's it called? You are glowing right now. So.
How long does the glowing last for?
I think an hour, right? Moonchild? The light spell lasts for an hour?
Hi, everyone.
Yeah, it lasts for an hour. Yeah, the light spell lasts for an hour.
Just remind me within like 50 minutes left.
Yeah. Okay, so as you guys walk through, you see Darazine kind of looking around. She goes, "Man, I didn't really think she would do it. I thought she was just one of those princesses that just kind of said stuff, you know?" You can see she... Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Darazine kind of bites her lip a little bit and goes, "Well, it might have to do with her husband. Yeah, he used to be a miner. He, apparently he hid a large amount of ore in here. Mithril, actually.
That would explain why she's so eager to come in here.
There's yeah. Her whole crusade to be good, it's not wrong, but she also has a reason, you know?
Yeah, I get it.
Well, no, she does truly believe she's a kind girl, but with everything that's happening in Barovia, it's kindness goes out the window sometimes. Well, when you've got several thousand gold pieces worth of mithril ore, yeah, sometimes things change. Well, there's also the fact that her husband is missing. You see Darazine kind of like, yeah, she didn't tell anybody except me. And to be honest, I was also trying to convince her not to go by herself after her husband. Yeah. Watch, she kind of scratches her head. Sorry about that. You guys are strangers, so I didn't really know if I could trust you, but if you're crazy enough to go after her, I guess I could trust you. You see Darazine kind of gives a shrug. He goes, "Look, my uncle Scadmoid, he got me this job and I'm thankful, but I'd rather be working in the kitchens. I make a really mean soup."
Well, if we do come back, we definitely gotta try your soup one day.
Yeah, but I guess I should follow you, huh? Oh, man. You look at her face, she goes, "I don't really like fighting. Did you meta magic?" Cool. So drop what? What is that? 2? Drop 2. So you're down to 3. Okay, cool. Drop your sorcery points. Okay. So, actually, we're gonna end the session there. It is midnight. But we're gonna end our heroes here as our heroes in a strange sort of like conversation with a woman who maybe didn't really reveal all of her motives to the group. Seems to yeah.
Her husband.
You find out from Darazine, a rather reluctant soldier with a crackling lightning pike. There might be another very specific reason as to why the dwarf dove deeper into the mines. Perhaps for her husband, perhaps for money, or perhaps for money like ore, or simply for another reason. Who knows? After all, Barovia is filled with paradoxes and ulterior motives. So we're gonna end this session there. Obviously, you guys are going to have to expect a fight. So just FYI there. What else? I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, cool. That's gonna be the end of that session. What about next?